Pop Samurai. I choose you!
Qigong.
What's going on, Pop Samurai fans? Welcome to another episode of Pop Samurai Plays Dread, the RPG. I am your game master, your horror master, and the navigator of this ship here, Jelani Hoon. With me are our players here. How are you guys doing? You guys feeling all right?
Yes.
Doing good.
Starting on that side, tell me your character and who you are.
Yes, I'm Will Washkoon, and I will be playing Chief Engineer William Billy Calix aboard.
And I am Joel Peprocki, and I will be playing. Oh, I didn't answer your question. I'm just a navigator here. Okay.
Okay.
In fact, I'm actually a navigator here because it's a knife edger.
I'm Brian Mignon. I will be playing the Officer Justin King. I was found inside a closet.
What a great intro.
Boy, you're not wrong.
You have caught on quickly.
And I am Dominic Serena. I will play Captain Richard LaCour.
Interesting. Well,
Who is
folks,
a captain, by the
who
way?
is a captain? And the captain of what ship, though?
The SS Spinelli, Jelani boy.
See, that's why I didn't fill in the blank, because I knew there was going to be a quiz at the end of this.
Folks, thank you guys so much for joining us here. Thank you to my intrepid players here who are ready to go on another adventure here. If you guys are joining us, and this is your first time joining us here for a Dread episode,
Stage Cats, shout out to Stage Cats.
this is going to be very interesting for you because you missed out on the whole first part of this.
But you don't have to, because it's online.
That's right. At YouTube, at youtube.com/popsamurai, you guys can find us there and the first part of this, which is actually pretty fun. You guys, the whole crew made it through, which I was surprised about, but things happen. Now,
Plus one.
that's right. So if you guys don't know what Dread the RPG is, it is a tabletop RPG. They're going to be role-playing their characters, and it is a space setting. And everything is dictated by that Jenga tower that you see there in the bottom corner of the video. That tower right there dictates all the actions they're going to be doing. As long as that tower still stands, they're fine. But when someone pulls from the tower and it topples, their character meets an untimely fate. So I guess we'll see what happens as we continue on. To recap everybody out there and to recap the folks at home, what has happened up until now? The crew of the SS Spinelli, basically a scavenger ship, got together. They got a job, and they were going to go and salvage a piece of cargo from a derelict ship, the ISS Arbuck. When they arrived, it was a cold dreadnought in space. They were expecting to go in there and just see a bunch of floaters, a bunch of people who had passed away due to some sort of mishap, probably, that they have seen many times before. Routine salvage mission for them. When they arrived on the SS, on the Arbuck, they were met with a strange scene. Bodies were nowhere to be seen, and strange dust, and they weren't sure what was going on. So they went through the ship. They found Justin King, a officer of the International Space Force, who was held up, and the crew came in conflict with a creature that would attach itself to some of the folks on the ship and start controlling them, turning them rabid, turning them to try and spread out throughout the ship, and ended up also being able to kind of get a little bit of the knowledge of the person that they were attached to. So, which is why the SS Spinelli had drifted away from you guys, engines fired up, and you had lost your ship. Luckily, Justin King came through. He knew of a scuttle ship that was hidden on board of the Arbuck. You guys went, and you guys escaped. You guys, Billy Collix had set the core to overload to blow this shit to hell. And you guys escaped action hero style in the scuttle ship. And you guys went on a 3-day journey back to the ISS Clover, the International Space Station Clover. When you arrived to see the Clover, it was not as it was. It was dark. It was damaged. And you can hear over the radio chatter that you heard some of the chattering teeth of the rabid people who were controlled on the Arbuck, and you saw the SS Spinelli there docked in the bay. You guys had just arrived. We're going to come into the scene as we are. You guys are looking at the Clover space station from the little scuttle ship that you had taken from the Arbuck. You guys are looking at it, and you guys are all gathered there in the little cockpit. What is happening right now as you guys are realizing what has happened?
Captain, do you see what's out there? Is that a crab pooping?
No, it's a drawing. I was trying to analyze our situation.
Well, tell us what you see, Captain.
I look outside and what do I see, narrator?
You look outside and you see the ISS Clover, this International Space Station Clover, which you guys had left from before on this mission, and it's one of the big junction points. It actually kind of looks like a clover, if you will, because of the different hubs that are connected off of it. And you know that there's a large civilian population here on this space station. It works as kind of a waypoint from one system to another, and you are looking at it. It looks heavily damaged at one point. You can't really tell exactly what's going on, and some of the power looks like it's rolling through the space station.
Are we docked at this point or no?
No, you're not. You're
All right.
floating
All right.
in this
So-
scuttle ship.
All right, if that's the case, then they are aware of the technology if SS Spinelli is there. I say we try to drift in like we're driftwood, so to speak. Perhaps we should turn off the lights and allow us to drift in space, keep on life support.
Captain, I could run a cursory scan if you want me to check for any signs of life.
That sounds about right. Let's do that.
This place
I'd like to try a
looked like
basic
dump when I
scan
left
of
it.
the ship. Of
Basic scan of the ship. Sure. This will be the first pull of the session here. Make a scan of the ship. It is a large ship, so you want to make sure that you're focusing on the right points. So go ahead.
All right.
To answer Amy Vicky's question, it's to make a move, it requires you to pull a block out of the Jenga. So for him to do the scan, he has to successfully pull a block. If he doesn't, he fails and the scan doesn't work.
Yes. Once again, for the people out there who are just joining us, the Jenga Tower dictates all of the actions in this game. Whatever they want to do, it all dictates from the Jenga Tower. If the Jenga Tower topples while someone's pulling, that spells end for that character. It is basically a horror setting for tabletop RPGs.
right now.
He's checking he's like, let me push this button.
Exactly.
All right.
I think actually in the last session you did this, and we're just like, he just dies of old age. All right.
So, Calix, what have you found?
So as you go through and you check through the life settings aboard the Clover, you're getting large spikes, right? It looks like that there is still life aboard the station. I mean, there's huge population. You know this station very well, Billy Collix, actually, because your old Gam Gam with her space asthma is aboard the Clover. And in the civilian section of the Clover,
We don't know
you're
that,
getting
Only
high
humans.
heat section, a high hit section from life forms and movement from the civilian section.
God, this place looked like a dump when I left it years ago. It still looks like a dump.
That's as may be, but Captain, there's still something down there.
Are they... Do they have dogs?
Looks like they're concentrated in one area. We better go investigate that area. Should we
not
go?
in just one area, but it's spread out through the ship, but there's a high concentration in the civilian sector.
All right.
Gotcha. Where is the civilian section compared to where the SS Spinelli is currently docked?
Civilian section compared to, well, actually, I'm going to...
He did a drawing.
He did a drawing.
He did a drawing.
I did a drawing, and I'm going to post it up for the people to see, too, as well. But for the folks who are here with us, I'm going to send you a little bit of a map, if you will.
Well, he does that. So you've been to the space station before.
Yeah, it was a leave. I was here visiting
Ooh, we get to see it.
someone. Maybe they're still there. No, they won't be there.
Oh man, he's so like
So
like
sound very
gravitas.
indifferent towards
so much
this
gravitas
person.
in that. It's very interesting. So the map that you guys are receiving and the map that I'm about to post up for the folks here at home, you guys
Can I
are
see that?
facing the docking area, the docking bay, and
So we can kind of decide if we want to get in on this ship, but we'll have to go through the docking bay.
Well, the only reason we're docking here is because we can't make where we need to go to with this scuttlebutt. So we're going to have to find another means of transportation, possibly rescue those that we can. First mission, though, is going to be to report this as soon as possible to the authorities.
Plus, this dear Mima is here.
How do you know that?
He said it.
Some of the crew actually takes time getting to know each other, Captain.
oh
We're
man.
not all prancing about in your lounge.
Oh, God, what's
So
my
the
middle
folks at
name
home,
again?
So for the folks at home, what you are seeing here is you're seeing a top-down view of the map, and they are facing the docking bay. It leads into the transfer hub, and it's connected off to the military section, the civilian section, and the operations section. That's basically what we got.
We're
Cool.
gonna want to eventually get to the military section, see how much has been affected, and get more rations, get more armor.
I
That's as may
strongly consider not making this into a giant rat race, and perhaps we should focus on one overall goal, and that would be to get on and then get off of the space station.
You sissy bitch.
But we will leave Knife Edger because he's a true hero.
For stopping on the Clover, I'm gonna visit me mama. Me
Mima.
Mima.
We'll get to that cross when
Oh,
we
you
bridge
know
it.
me. You know me so well, Knight.
So, how do we
Everyone who
approach
listens
this?
to me.
As you guys are there talking about everything that's going on, a distress signal seems to be coming through on the comms.
All right, nobody answer, but we're gonna take the call. I press the button in front of me for
You press the button?
yeah.
As you press the button and the call comes in, you start hearing a civilian voice come through. And it says, "Oi, hello? Hello? Is anybody out there? We need help. Hello? We're getting some readings out there. Is there a spaceship out there who's here to help? We have civilians. We have women and children aboard."
Sounds like a human to me, guys. What do you think?
I put it on mute, by the way.
I know. This is me pressing mute.
And it goes, so yes, if you guys press mute, it goes back into just a distress signal coming through.
All right, is let's see, navigator. Let's go to the engineer. Can you see whether or not this is a pre-recorded message?
Shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the comms, and it looks like it's a live transmission through. It doesn't look like it's a recorded message.
They're
You-
broadcasting live, Captain.
All right, wait for it to come around again.
I think I see people running like Scooby-Doo between windows, too, so...
Is that
It's coming through
What the
again.
bleeding hell is Scooby-Doo?
I hate to tell you this, but it's a dog.
All right. We need to make some choices here quickly, guys.
So
Do you want me to navigate this ship here towards the docking bay, and we go get in here? We can't waste too much more time. We're running low on oxygen on this pile.
We're going to be entering this no matter what. I say we approach and act like dead space for now until we can get a close observation and see if they're infected as well.
what is our main goal here, gentlemen? What are we trying to do? Are we trying to just get a new ship? Are we trying to be hero here and save your mom?
You can be hero if you want to, but I'm here to rescue my crew.
I want the Spinelli.
wait, what was that?
You're getting a sound coming through from the board here on the ship, and you're starting to get the fuel cells are low.
Yes. We're going at it, baby.
We got aboard.
Captain, we can't just hang out here forever with our asses exposed.
What you guys are in is a small scuttle ship, mainly used for small, short transportation, maybe between ships or something like that. You guys are in 3 days of like a small vessel and it's not going to last you much longer.
Mr. King, do you have any type of authority on this for the SS Clover?
Authority. I was an officer on a research station. That was it.
You might have the greatest authority among us on the space station, but you still answer to me, sir. You take the call. Let them know that we're going to dock.
I take answers from no one except my commanding officers. And their commanding officers.
Nice cover.
And their commanding officers.
I should be offended by your segue, but I'm
That
not.
is actually very good. Okay. Thank you so much for that. All right, so
Fine.
all right, so what is
So
happening?
is that a yes?
So does he need to go pull a...
Distress signal is coming through again. Low power cells are being posted onto your board here. What do you guys want to do?
I say we ask for assistance for docking. We don't really have much of a choice now. We're going to cooperate with whatever it is on that ship.
So then we have to stop talking to this distressed person and
You
talk to the...
You talk to them. State that we are here and we're meaning to dock.
Are you picking up?
I answer.
All right.
I press the button.
You answer the call.
I press the button.
You answer the call. What do you say?
Hello?
Hello? Oi, we need assistance. What's going on out there?
State your name and rank. You know how to do this, right?
Who is this?
This is Engineer Garrus. What is going on out there?
Engineer Garrus, do you have clearance to dock us?
Are you in the docking bay?
We are on a scuttle ship. Originally from the research ship Arba.
And as you guys continue the conversation, you do hear in the background like what he's actually saying. There seems to be a lot of people in the background. I can't make that sound effect, but there seems to be like a group of people around him. Oi,
We're here.
listen, there's nobody in the docking bay. If you guys are gonna dock, you're going to have to do it yourself. We're stuck and we're locked down in the civilian section. There are women and children here. We cannot get out.
What is going on over there?
There's
We need to dock, like now.
there's some sort of attack going on. One of the ships arrived and shit started popping off, son. I don't know what happened.
Son.
Lockdown went down and we haven't seen any military officials in quite some time.
They're about to get one. That's what they're gonna do.
Would you like?
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I take over the comms for a moment?
Yes.
Engineer
You
Garrus,
could press
I
the
need
mute button. That's an option.
Oi, who's this?
I'm the engineer of this small vessel. I need to know what came on that ship that's currently docked with you. That's our ship.
I
And
don't know. Some fucking ladle baby showed up and just fucking came off with no skin and started attacking people.
Now they're gonna associate whatever came off of that ship with us because we said it was our ship.
it,
So what?
Now they don't know whether we're hostiles. or not.
who is this?
look, whatever that was, it commandeered
Who is this?
It commandeered our ship, and we're here to get it back, and we can provide assistance. But you need to work with us.
Okay, sure.
We might want to start by giving our names, seeing as none of us have introduced ourselves. yet.
Irrelevant.
Usually starts with the captain.
Well, he was supposed to be
Engineer,
the authority.
whoever
Who
you
am I
are.
talking to?
Garrus, this is Engineer Billy Collex.
Billy?
Of the SS Spinelli.
Hold
My
on.
cousin Billy.
Billy Collex. Collex, this is Garrus from engineering school.
Ah, what are the chances there are multiple Garruses floating about this no good shite of the system?
I'm gonna start to dock because power cells low.
Are you
so-
docking?
No, you step the fuck away from that console.
Are you docking,
Some
Dominic?
captain that you have control
Captain?
over your crew, huh?
Are you docking?
Well, I did tell you to do one thing and you didn't do it, so now I'm gonna do it myself.
And you've got
is
an
how it goes.
engineer.
I will take
Captain.
it.
Let's let the navigators.
Hi, this is Captain Richard LaCour. This is my crew. We're just trying to dock. We are under the assumption that you may have had a contamination spreading throughout the ship. We need to find a clear way of docking. You said that the place is contaminated with whatever came off of that ship that was in front of us. Is there a better way for docking nearby, possibly to be able to assist you in the civilian sector?
If there was someone in the bay, they could probably help you. But the only option now is for you to take it manually, son.
All right. Do you have any feed that you can bring up for the bay? Something that could assist us with whatever is going on down there?
There's a station-wide lockdown right now. A lot of our stuff is locked out. I cannot assist you from this. This is going to be you're going to have to drive it in.
Garrus, you son of a bitch! I remember you from school. You wouldn't have passed shite if you couldn't jury rig every fucking test. Help us out, man.
I'm trying. I don't have the power, Captain. Okay.
Oh, it's funny to you. I'm gonna knock 7 shades of shite out of you when I get down there.
You can try.
All right, boys, enough ribbon. We gotta get on this goddamn thing. So how do we do this? Who wants to land this puppy?
Possibly the navigator.
Yeah, well, this isn't my first rodeo, so I'll figure this one out.
Who wants to land it? I'll do it.
Is the navigator doing this? So now, who's doing what?
I'll assist with stabilization while the navigator
So
pilots
is
us
this a
in.
2-person pull then? If we need an
No,
engineer
so
and a...
you're assisting with stabilization? Mm-hmm. Okay, since he stated that, I will allow you to do 1 pull from the tower to land it safely on the dock.
Mr. King, here's a personal pistol. We're going to be the front lines of this mother father, this Havarti as we land.
Easy for me.
cheese references are bad.
Oh boy. He dies right now.
Yeah.
He takes you all with him.
Take the one off the top.
Folks at home, thank you so much for joining us in the chat. Thank you for joining
It'd be
us
so
in the
fun if he
feed.
botches this.
If there are any issues or anything like that, do let us know. We're trying out a new set, a new studio, a new setting. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Some green screen background. Try to do a lot of cool things for you guys, so hopefully you guys are enjoying it. All right, so with a pull like that and stabilization and everything like that, you come in nice and smooth. You land on the deck here of the bay. As you are landing, you can see transport ships and the SS Spinelli docked in here, but a lot of them are docked properly. And the way that they're normally docked is they come in hot and they are grappled by actual space station mechanics to hold it in. You guys are just kind of just like putting it down on the surface here. So low power cells, not much use out of this scuttle ship anymore. You're not going to be able to go long distances with it. And the large transport ships and the things that you're seeing in this bay seem to be locked pretty tight into some grips that are used to hold up the ships, actually.
Through the ports that we're able to look out of, is there electricity in the bay?
It looks like it's a emergency lockdown power. It is not like when you guys arrived at the Artbuck where there was no lighting at all. This one here is almost like an alarm has gone off and there's like these strobing lights that are happening, you know? And it's not bright powered light, but there is a strobe light coming through and like some of those alarm lights going off.
How close are we to a service terminal that I can access? Actually, ducks in a line. First, is it clear for us to leave the scuttle
Captain,
ship?
can you see anything?
I turn on the motion detector.
As you guys look around, you don't see... And with the motion detector?
Yeah.
All right, as you're using the motion detector and... It basically the motion detector as we used it before in the Arbuck, it is more of a proximity motion detection process, and as you guys are looking at it, it's not picking up anything.
All right, so there's nothing directly outside of the ship.
You're just using the motion sensor, so there's nothing moving.
Nothing moving, correct.
Okay.
All right, so
But usually our movement would disturb any of those creatures, so...
Once again, as you guys are about to leave the ship, what are you guys taking with you, and are you guys going in your jumpsuits, or are you guys taking the actual spacesuits? And if you guys remember,
we only
the
have
spacesuit, the spacesuits that you guys have, there are a couple on board. They are these bulky, hefty suits, right? So in order to take them, they do come with grab boots. They do keep you in your own atmosphere and everything like that. But it's up to you if you guys are going to take them.
I say we send one person out first with a pistol to check the atmosphere to see if we actually all need to be in it.
Easy for me to do. A natural-born leader should be the first one that goes through. Train.
Yes, the leader dies first. Yes.
I'll go first. I'll get some recon.
Okay.
I'll let you know when it's all clear.
Are you going out in your jumpsuit, or are you going out in the actual spacesuit?
Jumpsuit.
Just jumpsuit?
I thought we were doing spacesuit to check the atmosphere first.
He goes out there, like opens the door.
Going out?
It's not clear. It's not clear.
Need a decision.
I'm going out in the jumpsuit.
in the jumpsuit you
I need
have.
to be tactically
Wow.
available.
The balls on this guy.
All right. So
I'm gonna have to watch those balls closely.
space suits. As you guys, as Justin King arrives at the back door and the airlock, it opens up and doesn't seem to be any issue at the moment. As you guys had entered into the bay, some doors had automatically closed behind you, and it re-atmosphered everything. Still a little light aired in here, but it's starting to fill back in. And you're looking around. It doesn't seem to be any issues, and there doesn't seem to be any movement around. It seems like a empty bay, which is kind of creepy because you've been through here before. All of you have been through here before, and it's usually a bustling thing. There's a bunch of crates and things like that. This is a docking storage bay. You know?
With the shuttlecraft, were there any weapons on board, like a turret of any sort?
No, it was more of used as a small transportation between ships, kind of like a life raft, if you will, but in space.
Flares? Any type of alternate?
No, nothing like that.
Okay. Well, that's not
Atmosphere is clear. Life support systems are still active.
Okay. The personal pistol that you have on you doesn't have many rounds in it, as you guys picked it up off of the Arbok, but it'll suffice. It'll help you out for now. The rest of you, what is everyone taking on with them, and are you guys leaving in just jumpsuits?
I vote we get to the Spinelli and reconfigure our supplies immediately. We all know what we have on board.
Yeah, but you can only carry so much. So.
Yeah, so remember...
True, but I can recharge this and we can grab more personables.
What is
Well,
this?
spacesuit or not?
He just checked it.
So,
the atmosphere's good.
Captain LaCour has a basically Mega Man cannon arm on his...
Fantastic.
Yeah, so...
That's what that was. I kept staring at it.
I mean, it's a regular hand. You just flip it like this. And, hold on, I have instructions for it.
All right,
No time
so,
for your instructions.
I would like to check for a nearby terminal again.
Okay, if you're gonna go for a nearby terminal, looks like there's one by these blast doors. If you're gonna head over there, it's a little bit away from the ships.
But we can see clearly now. It's just a strobe light, so
Yes.
we can see if there's figures in here right now.
Yeah, so it goes.
I have a lamp.
It goes from strobe to dim light, strobe to dim light. You know, so that's what's happening right now.
So I have a lamp that somebody can, whoever wants to go out first, or you to find the computer, you can take the lamp. And just for FYI, I'm taking a spacesuit.
You're taking a spacesuit?
Yeah.
So are you taking the one that you've had this whole time?
Is there a fresh one?
There is a fresh one. But
Is there
again,
one that he hasn't cropped yet?
there is a fresh one if you want to take that one. But understand you only have a limited amount here because you guys took the 3 that were on your ship.
Yeah. Well, he's already not taking
I'm not
his.
taking one.
I can't take mine and actually have a functional arm.
I will take mine as well.
All right, so
I'll
2
take a fresh
spacesuits,
one as
and I'm
well.
taking a
yours?
fresh one.
All right, we could split groups here. One of us head
know.
towards the Spinelli while the other 2 head towards the terminal. We each have our own weaponry to be able to back each other up.
I will follow you. I'll take point.
Hold on, where's
All right.
All right, so who's going with who?
I'm going.
You're going with Calix?
Yes.
Yes.
Me and
And
Knife Edger will go back to the Spinelli and see what we can.
Which is all
find there.
within the docking bay, though.
Yes,
right?
that's all within the docking bay. All right, so you guys split up.
Yep.
We'll get to
need
Calix and you
intel.
guys in a little bit. So as you guys get to the Spinelli, you see that it's docked. It's not very well docked. It looks like it came in kind of hot and kind of. It's in
Wedged
there.
itself
It's
in
wedged
there.
in there, but you're looking at it. It's like if someone could release it, I could get my baby out of this. Right? That's what you're like. You're looking at it. What do you call her? You called her Ashley, didn't you, or something like that?
Yeah, it's my Ashley.
Yeah. And so you're looking at it and it's like, my baby. And you go inside and it looks kind of trashed. Whatever was in here did not treat this spacecraft with any care. And as you remember, of course, it left you guys there stranded. Something had taken it while you guys were stranded on Yarbuk. And looking at it now, it's like it's just, it feels like it's been perverted.
All right, I'm going to use the motion sensor right now.
All right, you're looking at it. It's a small. It's a small salvage ship. You know, you could probably fit another 10 people in here plus some cargo. You're looking around and nothing's going off.
Right.
Besides you guys on the actual boats.
Knife, do you want to head to your cabin? I'm gonna head to mine, recharge this baby, and then I'm gonna go check the black box and see if there's any recording that I could refresh here to see what took the ship.
Yeah, but what do you want me to look for in my quarters?
Well, we're gonna need some actual supplies. If you want to grab some of the rations, that'd be great.
Rations. I've got a med kit already. I got a knife. Should we look for other weapons? Did we have on our ship?
You guys did not have many weapons because if
We
you remember,
took everything we had.
there are strict codes and laws for non-military ships. You cannot own weapons without proper leasing and proper permits, which you do have one for your arm. But normal weapons, they strictly search for that, and that's
Alright.
not something.
Head to communication. See if you can get a signal.
Wait. I know. I gotta go check my room. I know I got something in there that might be helpful.
Alright, so as you guys go check out, King and Kalex, you guys are headed over to the terminal. It's a little bit of a walk away from the ships. You're going through kind of this small little kind of like little maze of like crates, and like you can see this is where all the docking and storage stuff happens, and you get past it to these big blast doors, and they're closed. The strobe light is going off, and you get to the terminal. You're trying to actually go into it and look at it.
Yeah, I'd just like to see what comes up from the beginning interface.
Yeah, so as you start to interface with it, the only thing that it comes up, and it's the kiosk, and it's welcome to the ISS Clover, and it goes into like the map, overhead map that you had seen already. Which here, let me put it up for the fans out there or people who are watching. This is the overhead map that you are seeing, which I sent to you guys out there. You are in the docking bay. The blast doors really are like right there, right between the transfer hub and the docking bay. And so these blast doors are closed. You're looking at it, and you're seeing some flashing sections. You're seeing a lot of the doors. I mean, again, this is a very simple layout of what the map looks like, but the doors look like that they are blinking yellow, which you have known to be like on a lockdown situation. They're not going to be easily accessed. And you know from your time here that each section, like the civilian sector, the military sector, the operations, they're all separated by these huge blast doors like the one you're looking at now. It's not going to be easy to get in through this at all, and it's probably not going to open up unless the lockdown goes down. And so you're looking through it, and one of the things that you're noticing right now is the ISS operations section is flashing actually red, right? And you know that to be, there's some sort of damage or something like that in the section, that atmosphere, and there's probably heavy damage to that section. You know that the operations sector is made for hydroponic gardens, things like that, where it's like providing food and air for the station. And so if there's heavy damage to that already, it's already a bad sign, right? And that's what you're looking at the moment.
Okay. So, obviously, like, that I understood, and you told me.
And of course, like Justin, like right away, it's like, I understand all of this because I've traversed the station a lot. I've actually been into the military sector.
The military section, sure. Okay. All right. So while
Station
all this is
is-
happening, I'm still looking around.
The station has sustained heavy damage.
Apparently to the operations section.
I don't know what's locked in there, but it can't be good.
We're gonna have to make sure that the operations is going. Otherwise, this whole mission's a bust. If we can't keep oxygen going, we can't maintain support.
Would I know where Garrus was radioing us from earlier?
And it calls in as, "Oi, did you get on?
Yeah, we've touched down.
Good. Listen, we're in lockdown. The civilians are trapped in the civilian section here. We cannot get out. The blast doors are locked. There's no way through, really, besides traversing some of these side access tunnels that, like, I'm not very comfortable with taking old Gam through or anything like that. This is not going to work. We need the tram system up from the transfer hub. We need everything up and going. The only way to get that happening is if we shut down the lockdown.
Garrus, are you safe right now?
We're pretty locked down here. There's nothing that really can get into us. We've blocked off the access tunnel, and there was something trying to break through, but we've blocked it off. I've closed it shut with my welding torch. The only way anything's coming through is if they, break through this wall or anything like that. But this is high grade steel.
I would rather you stayed safe behind the doors. We'll go and try to deal with operations and the lockdown, alright?
All right. Listen.
Agreed.
I don't know very much about like where the lockdown is coming from, but if you can get a hold of some sort of military personnel or find someone, because we haven't seen someone in a long time, maybe you can get them to find out where the lockdown procedure is to open these doors.
Probably
Yeah.
operations.
All right, we'll see what we can do. You just hang tight, lad.
Yeah.
All right.
So, do you know if they're going to keep the lockdown procedures and everything headed in military, or will it be in operations?
Well, Justin, actually, you being fresh out of officer school and everything like that, you actually do know in a procedure like this, in a space station like this, because you were actually thinking about it for a second of whether or not you were going to head up a ship or if you're going to head up a space station, you know the procedure of a lockdown, right?
Okay.
Only the military, the International Space Force, actually has the power to lock down a space station like this when they have total full control of the space station. The only way they can do that is from the military command in a military sector, right? And the only way that it can be undone is through the actual main HUD base of like the military command center.
Okay. I actually do know where all this is. We have to get to the military section to release the lockdown. But should we hit that first, or should we go to operations?
We're not even in the hub yet, though, you guys.
We still have to get through these doors right in front of us.
Do you know any side access panels?
Do I know any side access panels?
You were, when studying in engineering school, you were very familiar that like space stations like this do have access tunnels, like Garrus just brought up, and someone who was probably an engineer on a space station could probably get you more information about that. But you do know that there are small access tunnels for a small group that could probably get through and find their way through to certain sectors.
We should be able to find a way through, but I'd like to regroup with our men on the Spinelli first.
Fine.
All right, you guys start walking back, and on the ship, what is it that you have gathered, or what you guys want to do?
We're going to go over the recording equipment for the past 72 hours.
All right, so you start speeding through the recording, and it's actually it's very similar, right? It's all kind of the same. You just hear that chattering, right? That like the teeth and bone like coming together. Yeah, basically like that. And you hear multiple of them, and it kind of repeats that until you start getting closer in time, when it starts to dock into the bay, and you start hearing kind of the faint audio sound of like the radio transmission of them like, buddy, what are you doing? You're coming in too hot, and all this shit happens, and then the transmission cuts from there.
All right. With that note, I'll tap while I'm busy. I'm gonna attempt. I don't know if you're gonna allow me to recharge my weaponry, basically the hand cannon with my personal, because you said that it was on there. So obviously I have a capacity. I would have spares on board.
Battery.
Yeah,
So-
you do have an extra power cell for your arm cannon, and you should be able to swap it out and get yourself 3 charges of
Okay.
it if you're willing to do that.
I will take. How big is it? Can I take it on my person, use the last shot, and then swap out?
It's a pretty big battery. Usually what you would do in this situation when you expel one is you would take the battery out, plug it into charge, and take the next one and plug it into yourself. If you're looking to just carry one with you, it's going to take up like basically your other arm. And
All right.
so
Well, I'm gonna get that +2 on there, so I'm gonna change it out. I'll get onto the comms because we all have our personal comms, and I'll touch base that with Calix. Calix, how are you doing?
We're heading back now. We learned a few things about the station. Our boy O'King here, he's enlightened me to a couple of lockdown procedures. We should be able to move forward.
Turns out we got a couple of those Gorgonzolas from the last place. Seems that they like to do some teamwork. Anything I
Must be
should
nice.
anything I should, and then the follow up. Anything I should grab for you, and before we meet up.
We'll be back there in a moment. Just hold tight.
All right. So you went into your room.
I went into my room and I grabbed something very important. So I knew that we were going somewhere that we didn't understand what was happening. So I got my lock picking / torch.
Oh,
Hey.
interesting.
My lock picking set.
Okay, there's a futuristic lockpicking. Okay.
Fantastic.
All right, that's on you. That's on your person.
Write that down.
I'll allow it.
I got it.
I'll allow it.
Write it down twice.
Write it down twice. You know that you have it.
Put an asterisk next to it.
All right, so you guys are headed back to the ship. As you guys are going through and coming back to the ship, Captain, as you're in your room changing out the battery cells, another transmission starts coming in, right? And it looks like it's the stress comm over to like small comms link instead of like actual large comm link.
I'll allow it to go through, but I don't respond right away.
All right, you come through, you start answering. It's like and you don't say anything, and you're listening, and it's a female voice, and it's, hello, is anybody out there?
Do you want to respond?
Hello.
You said that this is local.
Yeah.
Yes, so it's probably somewhere in the space station, but it's not using like the over broadcast system that is communicating through ships like Garrus is doing. This is a small radio, probably handheld something that they're using somewhere.
Hi, yes, this is Officer King. Please.
Officer King,
Yes.
listen, are you part of the Space Force?
Yes, we just got back from the SS Cobra. Who is this?
My name's Ash. I'm trapped in the military section. I tried to get over here to try and shut down the lockdown, and I'm kind of trapped over here. But I'm doing what I can. I'm a technician. I have some power or some abilities to try and get some things online. But are you guys coming through to try and get this lockdown turned off?
We're in the same boat as you, Ash. Can I tap you in with a local register and I give like if she's able to tap into like a personalized comlink?
I can try.
All right then.
Hello? Hello? Is it? And it starts to kind of and it starts to cut out and it cuts out and you're not hearing anything but the static.
So I'll go back to the local call on. Oh wait, so just the transmission cut period?
You're getting static now as you tried the
From both now?
yeah.
Okay. Noted.
Okay.
So I'm gonna.
You
make-
arrive at
yeah.
the ship.
All
What's
right.
happening?
All right, ready to go?
We just got a distress call from someone possible, and I give the comm, basically the call sign.
Star wipe.
Yeah.
I tell them everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Calyx now knows about the distress call that just came through.
Do you think it's one of those things?
I don't remember any of them trying to communicate with us vocally on the last one. In fact, they seem to not be able to control their chattering. So
Okay, so it could be someone actually there trying to help us in the
had
military section.
had one exhibited signs of this while you were on the SS Cobra.
They were just
Arbok.
things in test tubes.
Arbok. Sorry, Ekans.
It's Arbuck.
They were just things in test tubes. That's what all the squints were looking at. But
They were
I mean,
you from what you remember, like it was animalistic. It wasn't like this. You remember saying to them when they first found you that when they attached themselves to somebody, they gained some sort of intelligence to be able to coordinate. But like they weren't like, oh, I can pass myself as a person now or something like that.
It looks like when they tried to dock, they didn't try to fake communication either. So I think they're a little bit
just
too
forced.
primitive for
Yeah.
that.
So I don't think that's them.
All right.
All right.
Regardless, I'd prefer we didn't lift the lockdown just yet. There are civilians trapped, and I'd like to keep them that way until we figure out the status of this.
All right. So where are we going to first?
Well, I think first we need to go to operations and secure the station.
All right. Can you lead us there?
I think I can get us there, sure.
All right. I got some new armament. We got a couple of rounds left.
Okay.
Knife has a.
I'll be just
As
a
an
moment,
edger.
lads. I go into
So,
my quarters.
Now we arrive at the question I've been waiting to ask you for a while now. At the end of the last session, you took all of what you had on you, right? After 3 days of not having it and taking a butt shit of it, how does that affect Calyx?
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about my Karis addiction.
Not that you're alone, and now that you've been 3 days after you took all of what you had.
Basically, if you recall, I was a bit more animated in the last session.
Well, yeah, for sure.
I have chilled the fuck out so far, but once I get back onto the Karis, I'm probably going to start reacting a little more harshly to certain decisions.
All right. Is it affecting you at all at the moment for like being so
Like withdrawal?
without of it?
Yeah, I'm pretty drained. I just don't have a lot of energy to actually
Okay. Just wanted to know how
move
that was.
or yeah.
Mentally.
Okay. So, but you go to your quarters and
I'm mentally very like in a fog.
Yeah.
And I'm not able to rise to certain occasions.
all right. So you go to your quarters and you do what?
Well, I definitely grab my stash of Karis.
Okay.
I would imagine that I have enough for at least
You probably have a little bit left.
a week. Yeah, I would think I'd have a week's worth.
Okay.
A short trip's worth.
Felony worth. A felony amount worth.
Oh, it's heavily regulated.
Yes.
It's a
but
different
I
type
know-
of don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah, but I know where to hide it.
And you also grab what?
I was also going to grab a stash of food
Okay.
that I have hidden, and yes, I'm very hungry. Have you seen my pictures?
3
I'm
days.
gigantic.
3 days. That's a lot of days.
And I was hoping to grab some sort of a tether glove or stabilization unit so that I can navigate around in low grav environments.
Okay. So like a stabilizer glove that's gonna help you move around if you were in low gravity situation.
Right.
Okay.
But he has a spacesuit on,
I do have a spacesuit.
which has magnetic feet. I thought you mentioned.
Yes, it does. But something that's gonna help him tether and
Just
move around.
something
I
that,
see.
yeah,
Okay.
it would be a standard
added.
piece of equipment for someone who needs to go and access panels
Sure. No problem.
in different environments.
Okay, that's no problem at all.
So that's just navigation equipment.
Okay. All right.
We're very responsible. We have a lot of info right now.
All right.
See how we
now,
zip this out,
as you guys are continuing on, you gather your stuff together, and you have the equipment that you've had, and plus a couple little nice little extra pieces. You guys begin to head off the Spinelli and into the space station.
Ashley, we shall meet again.
All right.
Okay.
He pulls out one of those like wheel things, and he just like clicks it into the pilot's steering wheel. He's like, not again. If I would have did this the first time.
Chitter chatter
By
piss.
Viper.
All right. So you guys head into the space station. What are you doing to navigate them through?
I'm just bringing them back to that terminal so I can reestablish contact with Garrus.
Okay, so you get back to the terminal. It doesn't take you very long. Guide your way through those little storage units, and you get to the terminal. You turn it back on. You have the map, overhead map, basically laid out the same thing that you saw before. So what are you doing?
So I dial up and I attempt to contact Garrus. Garrus!
Oi, boyo, what's up?
All right, we need your help. I need you to give us a nav point that'll point me towards one of those little hidey holes you have. We gotta get past this blast shield.
Are you what part are you trying to enter into?
We're trying to get from the docking station to the main hub.
Going to the main hub for the no, that shouldn't be too hard at all. There should be an access tunnel. Are you by where are you right now? Are you by the terminal?
Yes.
If you look to your left, about 10 clicks that way, you should see a small access hatch that will lead into some of the access tunnels, and you should be able to head right into the transfer hub from there.
All right.
As far as I know, and from what I'm gathering from my terminal here, the transfer hub is pretty shut down as well. The tram is probably on the opposite side from where you are, near the operations. It's not moving. It's probably jammed up because of the lockdown. And I don't know where are you looking to head to?
We're trying to get to operations.
Operations, from what I can see on this map here, buddy, it looks like it took some heavy damage.
Yeah, we're trying to get a sense of the status, see if we can possibly get the transfer hub running again. Maybe find some food for you lot.
Ooh. Well, I mean, if you're going to head over there, do be careful. If there's any type of damage that I'm seeing here where they lost atmosphere, you might not be able to get in or get back out if you enter into the access tunnels through there.
Calyx, did he just say lost atmosphere?
That's what he said.
Right, just checking.
One of my favorite attributes of yours, Captain. You got 2 working ears. Garrus, can you lock in on my frequency and make sure I can contact you again?
Sure. Doing that now, and you hear like a bloop, and it locks onto your comms link.
I love
Do you hear
that
me?
little bloop.
Do
That's
you hear
my
me?
favorite bloop. Of course I hear you. Keep it down.
Well, all right.
All
Said
right.
the only guy talking.
All right. We're just going off to the left there. You see that little access hatch a ways down?
That's what I like about you, Calyx. You have 2 working eyes.
Working better than you.
Let's keep all the flirting down. Let's just keep moving. We're on a clock here, guys.
All right, so you guys go into this access tunnel. It's literally kind of like a little dip past this
King,
blast
take rear.
shield.
I'll take point.
Got it.
It looks like it's used for more maintenance on the side here, but it looks like you punch your way through like a thin sheet of metal, and it looks like it can take you right onto the other side of it, and you pop out into this transfer hub, and it looks like a kind of it looks like a big wide open space. Looks like there's a tram like rail that looks like it goes all the way around. It's very large. You can tell why it needs this tram car. In the center, from people who have been here before, know that there is like an R&R section here, shops and things like that, and you do remember there are some elevators, and this section here leads further down into the station, into where the core is and everything. And so some of the shafts in the center here are kind of off. You can see them in the distance there. You see some of the standing like R&R sections, and you can see off in the distance the big blast doors to the other sections that are closed.
Describe the damage. Then is there any
it looks
ruckus?
it looks like imagine a city that had been evacuated like immediately. Like there's stuff just thrown everywhere, and there's not much going on.
No broken
And,
windows, no looting.
I mean, from your distance, you're not at the shop area. You're just entering out of the access hatch. So you know what I mean, if you want to go like investigate over there, but it looks like something happened in a flash, and like people got the hell out of here, right? And so it doesn't look like that there's heavy damage in this area, but you know from like standing outside the station with the scuttle ship, there was some sort of damage. There was some sort of debris out there, and but you couldn't really tell where it was coming from. Something happened,
All right, we're gonna make our way towards the direction pointed out by Calyx here.
All right, so you're going to operations.
We're attempting to breach operations, yeah.
All right, so you're walking towards operations. Fastest way is straight through the center. Are you going through? Right.
Yes.
You're going straight through the center. As you're going through, another call comes in to your helmet, and it's Garrus.
All right.
Bloop. Hey, oi, boyo.
Yeah,
Are you in the transfer hub?
yeah.
Listen, I know that we haven't been best buds since I drunk you under the table back in engineering college.
You never could remember that night clearly.
I
college.
Get
remember
on with
you.
it.
I remember you getting under the table.
Get on with it then.
They really do
But
drink.
listen, I want you to take my access code.
Yeah.
All right, 1867. All right,
Oh, you're a pal.
1867. I need you. If you're going to try and fix this shit, you're gonna need something a little bit more. When you're passing through the shops, look for an engineering kiosk, and you should be able to get yourself an engineering tool. It should help you out. Just use my credits. Fuck it. This ship's going to hell anyway.
You're a pal, Garrus.
All right.
We'll get it done.
Bloop. That's it. All right, so you guys are
Proceeding through?
proceeding through. As you guys are proceeding through, you're once again, this is a familiar sight, right?
I was actually going to ask, because it's familiar, do I know the kiosk he's talking about?
Yeah, actually, you do. In the shopping center and the R&R section, there's like for different jobs. There's like different
duty-free.
shops,
Okay.
and you do know of an engineering kiosk here that allows you to pull out like more advanced tools
Sure.
for engineering. So you know where it is as you guys are going through. For the rest of the crew here who have been on the Arbok, all of you, familiar sight. While everything has been speedily evacuated, you are seeing shell casings. You are seeing claw marks. You are seeing drag marks of blood, right? And this is happening as you get closer to the shop sector, right? And you're seeing it's just looks like there was a massive firefight here.
Are the drag marks going in a specific direction?
Yes, they are.
Where to?
They're headed toward the elevators.
Elevators. And where do the elevators head? Because that's only the first. Are we only on the
So
first
if-
floor?
Well, we're in the transfer hub, so
In the transfer hub, there's a main column of elevators.
Yeah.
They go up. For those of you who are familiar with the ship, they go up to the helm, right, and they go down to the core.
I see. Okay.
Damn. Motion sensor shouldn't show anything.
I think the range of the motion sensor. You said that this is a pretty open area, so
Yeah.
So I don't think we actually need it, right? Sight should be fine.
Sight should be fine right now.
Yeah.
Again, it's a proximity thing. There's also a lot of corners things could be hiding in
Ton
and
of
things like
corners.
that.
All right, so I'll
But
check
you know, it's pretty cramped in here at the moment. I mean, well, it's actually out open, but from what you remember when people are in here, it's it's a space station that has a bunch of shops and shit, you know. So if you're using it, looking through and seeing if anything is
Moving.
amiss
Right.
or
Yeah.
moving, you're not noticing anything out of the ordinary. You see the 4 blips of you guys, and there isn't anything else moving on. And it's kind of eerie a little bit because from the scene that you see here, you think it would just be an army walking around or something like that.
Right, but they were trapped on the other ship. These other 3, at least 3, from what we know from the recording, were working together in some capacity, so they're a little bit more intelligent. I think they have some sort of plan like they did last time to try to jump the engines, so...
So you think they went down?
I think that they might be repeating the exact same thing they tried at the other ship.
Well, if they're trying to spread their type, they might be sitting down by the warmth of the reactor in the core.
Well, this is basic police protocol for shutdown, right? As far as the military
Yes,
is concerned?
correct.
Yes.
So, if that's the case, then this is quarantine status right now. In order for us to override, we'd have to basically circumvent whatever military issue order this is. So,
Which
Which
you
tells
have
us
someone
to
who
go.
is familiar with that.
Yeah. Which just take me to the military hub, and we should
Get
be
me
going
there.
from there. Just get me there.
all right, I'm going to actually hand the motion tracker to
Knife edge.
Knife Edger.
All right.
All right, you guys continue on. You're about to pass through this center shopping and R&R section. You do see the kiosk. You go up to it. You enter the code, and
Yes.
you took it down.
Yes. I enter 1867.
As you enter that, this engineering kiosk pops open, and one of the things that's available to you is an engineering tool. Are you looking to grab it up?
I am.
It's expensive. You're like, fuck it, he said, use it. And as it comes out, it pops out, and it's like an arm. And it asks you to place your arm inside of it.
Okay.
You place your arm inside of it, and you feel the slight pinch and this kind of wrist armband. When you pull it out, it's on your body, if you will. And as it powers on, it's welcome to Engineering Omni Tool, and it powers on, and it looks like this kind of cool Swiss engineering toolkit.
Excellent.
And it looks like it makes it have a kind of a construct of this hard laser light, so you can switch between different tools, and so it's actually pretty cool.
Is that,
Can I run a quick tutorial program on this tool?
You run through it, and it's welcome to the Engineering Omni Tool 3000, and it starts going through the different tools that you have. It shows a big wrench come out of it, and this big thing that's able to come off your wrist, and it's I can do a bunch of shit with this.
Nice.
Fuck this fucking fucking engineering bag.
That's what I was gonna
Captain,
ask.
you cheap ass.
I will drop my engineer's toolkit
Yeah,
in
so-
favor of the Omni tool then.
Yeah, so it's actually pretty cool. It's high tech, and you're able to free up a hand by not having to carry this fucking big engineering toolkit with you.
Nice.
there's a visible wave of dissatisfaction as I'm looking at my own arm,
it's
I'm watching this tutorial go off. Like,
If you want any type of what it might look like, I imagine the Mass Effect Omni tool.
I also am imagining the Mass Effect Omni tool. Does it come with an Omni Blade?
Are you searching for that specifically?
Yes. Well, in the tutorial,
I'm
that's
imagining
something I would be
Yu-Gi-Oh
interested in.
playing card.
You start flipping through and you start like playing around with the buttons and like this fucking blade comes
Putting down
like
Yu-Gi-Oh.
out. And you're like,
It's
holy
time.
fucking shit!
Do-do-do-do-do.
I have a fucking blade.
We can't go a single episode without Mass Effect, you guys.
All right, so
Yeah.
you pass through.
Because you don't know who Garrus is, do you?
All right, as you guys pass through, you guys get to the blast doors for the operations. The strobe lights that are coming off of this are of a different color. You're getting this red strobe light coming off these blast doors. And what is it that you guys are looking to take a look at here?
I'll check for motion. I'm like, we'll go up to the door and
Alright.
then see it can go beyond the door, but not that far, right?
Yeah. You're looking at it, and as you're starting to scan through, you're looking at it. You're noticing some things moving, right? But nothing is really catching hard like your bodies are, right? Okay. So it's catching your guys' movement because it's constant and it's there, but like these are kind of like fading in and out of like they're moving out of proximity and moving in proximity and stuff like that.
Okay.
Would this be familiar to him? This type of wayward movement?
It would almost seem like that they're moving without gravity.
Yes, that's what I was thinking too. All right, so we're at the door to.
We're at 0 atmosphere past this door, though.
Yeah, but we can't get through it regardless because it's locked down.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's no atmosphere potentially on the other side.
The only real thing we should do is split to 2 groups.
Well, we both have suits.
Exactly. Yeah. So 2 unsuited guys should go toward the military and try and lift that quarantine, while you guys go toward operations. I'll see if there's a way for me to be able to separate just different sections for the quarantine, keep the civilians at least locked in.
Do any of you want to swap suits? This guy's military trained.
I'm gonna need to be in the military section to undo
The lockdown.
military lockdown.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about me getting in a suit.
Nah.
save your own hide.
No, I don't know how safe it is on that side. So
We'll be going out into the red flashing bits, so
Take the
we'll
suits.
keep our suits. Thanks.
Might need to breathe.
well, I'm saying, do you want a person with a weapon for each team? Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
He's got a blade.
Shing.
All right, so what is
Again,
And I have a knife. We got 2 weapons.
What do you
over
guys
here.
think that you guys' plan would be here at this moment? Like looking at it, it's telling you that, like from what you're getting out, there's some sort of damage on the other side. You don't know how bad it is. You don't know what everything looks like on the other side of this.
So just to recap, they're getting to operations to be able to what again?
Because
We're trying to restore the transportation hub.
Oh, gotcha.
And
secure.
at that moment, Garrus comes back on the comms. He's like, "Oi, Boyle, did you get the engineering tool?"
I see I'm broke.
Oh, yes, I did. Oh, you've treated me quite well today.
Well, good. Now you can make sure to save my fucking hide. Listen, are you guys going to be trying to get this lockdown turned off, or what is your plan first? Because the civilians were running out of food over here. We've been trapped for a little bit.
I've got thoughts on that. We're gonna try to go to operations first. We're gonna reestablish the trams and get you lot some food. We'll gas you up and we'll get you to the docking bay and get you off this
On our
heap.
ship.
Are you guys? You're trying to turn on the trams?
Yeah.
If you're trying to do that, the trams aren't moving because of the lockdown.
Oh. Well, that makes sense.
The operations area is made for more sustaining the actual life on the space station. But if it's fucked, we might not have anything to do. But the lockdown has locked of all of the ships, the transports, and blocked us from getting to the docking bay. If you can take down the lockdown, we can get to the transport bay and get these goddamn ships and these civilians off the station.
Well, fuck my idea then. Let's go. Let's all go to
Military.
the military. Let's all go and try to deal with the lockdown.
That
And
sounds
now
like
we-
a great idea.
Now listen, if you're going to try for military, understand there's only really a couple ways to get through. One, you could try to head through the ducts, and good luck. It's a maze. But other than that, there's not just an access tunnel like there was between the docking bay and the transfer hub. There is more of a maintenance hatch that leads to the outside of the station. So someone will have to spacewalk on the access tunnels on the outside and get to the actual maintenance door. And you should be able to unlock the door from the other side. But someone's going to have to get outside.
Is there a 3?
Besides that, if you were already on the other side, you could just take down the lockdown and it'll open the blast doors.
This lockdown isn't as secure as I thought it would be.
When we got back to the ship, you mentioned someone radioing you.
Correct. I did. He does have the call sign, the frequency that it was on. I did give it to him.
Okay.
Should we reach out and see if he's willing to open
She.
the doors for us? She?
Wasn't it a she?
It was a female voice.
It was a female voice.
Well, I wasn't there, was I?
Neither was I.
He heard it was a little lady.
Named Ash,
Alright,
like
so-
Ashley.
So what's going to happen?
I say we start heading over there. Make a little call as we go. See what happens.
See what happens.
We don't have much choice here, so.
So hold on. We can't get through the door, but I have my cool lockpick set.
You want to try for that?
Yes.
All right. So this is a military-grade access door,
With a
right?
torch I have too.
All right. If you want to try to unlock this door,
The
you can
resume
try.
said specialist.
That's a
so.
horrible idea.
Why?
I think we're gonna get automated defenses sicked on us.
Well, it's a lockpick set, so it'll turn off the defenses and it'll. It's
Well,
a
it depends.
Space age.
It is a military-grade door, like the access tunnel that you got through on the docking bay. Basic shit, maintenance stuff, but like,
Excuse me, narrator,
Yes.
avatar.
sure.
This guy can do anything.
If you guys want to try, by all means.
I once questioned him too.
By all
I
means.
did, and
I'm super
I
excited
never
to
questioned him
hear
again.
whatever you guys want to do.
All right. I want to try to open the door and save us from going.
Are we there yet?
Yeah, so I would say let's for time's sake, bloop.
Yeah.
You guys moved
So-
over to the
Military
outside the military section where this access door is.
So instead of
It's a
sending
very short, long walk.
Instead of sending us individual outside and to go into the military region or area themselves and face unknown threats, why don't we face it head on together when these doors open?
Great. Let's do it.
Now, is the atmosphere fine in there?
It's not from what you guys had seen from the map and what you guys are seeing outside the doors, the blast doors. It is not indicating anything.
So it's yellow and not red.
Yes,
Okay. All right. Then I think we should do this all together.
you trying for it?
Yeah. And we got to find that person when we get in there.
Okay. Joel, if you're going to try to lockpick a military grade door, I'm going to need 3 pulls from the tower.
Hang on. We're doing this rather daft, aren't we?
Hell no.
We should see if we can get assistance on the other side of the door first.
Oh,
Let's radio up and ask if he can open it.
Let me just put my her.
okay. So what are you going to do?
I mean, you can do your
Call?
Call.
I think
We should do something.
See what the person
Let's
can
Something.
Can we?
I know.
Can we give them?
Eventually.
Keep talking.
Can we give them a call first?
Sure. Go ahead. Are you going to try and call?
I don't have.
Who's
I don't
trying
have
to call?
the Frequency.
Oh, you do.
You're trying to call?
Hello, Ash. This is King again.
And as you are trying to send out the
Still keep rolling my eyes.
as you're trying to send out the call, you're getting like a bunch of like garbled like transmission coming through, and then it's, hello, I'm here.
Hello, Ash.
Yes.
We are approaching the military quarter. You said that you were trying to circumvent earlier. Yes.
Yes, I'm trapped in the military section.
Gotcha. We are approaching the doors from the transfer hub side. Is there anything we need to be worried about?
There are a lot of robotics. There are military, I think, weapons, defenses.
You know that they're activated.
Wait.
I try not to fuck with them.
How did you circumvent these?
I guided myself through the ducts.
Ah, quack. Yes. If we were to try to do the same, would you be able to navigate us through these ducts?
It's a long way through, and I don't know what's down there now. It's been a little bit.
The door. Ask about the door.
We are approaching the door, and are about to open it with ease. Should there be anything we should be worried about on the other side with that robotics? You said not to fuck with it, but did you mean it?
As far as I know,
Ask her why doesn't she know these things?
Because she's part of the civilian sector.
as far as I know, if you don't
Why'd she go?
trip anything, should be fine.
But it's civilian.
All right.
She's an anarchist.
Boys, we got our
She's a
answer.
civilian.
What do you want to do?
Something doesn't seem right to me. I don't know. We should still blast the store open. We'll wait too much time.
Something doesn't feel right.
Taking
Let's
too
blow
long.
it up.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Goofy fucks, do whatever you want, and I walk off.
Okay. So,
As I walk off,
Where's he going? Where are you walking off to?
I just storm off a couple feet away.
That was quick.
And I very sneakily take a hit of Karis.
okay.
Ooh, no.
While he's doing that, we need some
I've
cover.
hooked
What
up
is?
my
a double
injection
shot.
system.
Oh,
make
can you
like,
twist it?
cover Thing.
All right.
Give him
There's
a-
plenty
give him a
of stuff
pull
that we could
for
move
the
into the way
twist.
debris-wise
See what
that
I'm
we
saying?
could use
There's
as
double
cover.
stats,
Although
yeah.
they're going to be meleeing, so.
There we go. I'll let you.
Oh, the creatures, yes. The defense,
Ladies and
no.
gentlemen, bear with us.
Yeah, just in case.
All right. Back at it.
And now he dies.
because
I
because
twisted.
of that, yeah.
All right.
Three
Three
pulls. This
pulls.
better be wolf.
As you are navigating, trying to pick a military grade door.
I mean, I don't deny that he can do it. It's just we're going to be fucked for later with all these pulls.
My nipples are incredibly hard right now.
I
Very
have the utmost faith in my very seedy and suspicious specialist slash navigator.
You are feeling fine at the moment. Everything seems good. Yeah. So,
Karist out.
So asking for a friend, how much did that cost, by the way?
Oh, I didn't do it so you guys could see it.
No,
Right.
no receipt or anything. How do you return it?
I don't know why you're asking me this in
He's
character.
talking about the Omni tool.
This is the third one.
all right. The door has been picked, and it opens. And it opens up, and there's no issue. No. It opens up, and there's no issue, no defenses, and the door
motion
to the
sensor.
military section
Motion sensor.
is open.
Beep, 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 beep.
As you guys are scanning for the motion sensor, doesn't seem anything is standing out to you right now.
Anyone want to throw anything in the room?
Throw a beam of light from my Omni tool.
Oh, a gas can.
You turn
That's
it on?
laying there.
Doesn't seem to be anything. It looks like a straight shot into this compound section. It looks pretty open, and you do see some space station-y buildings.
Alright, I know my way through here. I'll take point. You guys follow me. Let's head first toward the armory, then head to operate into the operating.
So you know that from where you are, like this access panel would come right to the blast doors in front of them, and you're looking at the buildings would be set up this way. You would see command center, right? Connect to research, and then on the other side you see security, and then you would see barracks.
Sure.
Right.
Say that one more time.
It would be command center connected to research, right? And then besides that, smaller buildings would be barracks and security.
Yeah, we definitely have to head to the barracks.
Yes. As you enter in the immediate vicinity, you're not seeing anything like out of the ordinary, but this is a military compound that you're entering.
Sure. Okay, so nothing out of the ordinary for the military.
Not right now.
Right. Okay. So I take point and start slowly moving toward the barracks.
Sure. As you are making your way through, you're heading towards the barracks.
Yes.
All right. So heading onto the barracks, you're going over to that side. Looks like there's sustained some sort of damage to the outside of this building. Looks like there was another firefight here. Drag marks again, things like that. And
where the drag marks look like they're taking them.
They go off in a distance. Looks like some of them are headed towards like the blast doors, but some of them are headed like towards like the main section of like the research section.
It's like the military can't handle this on any station.
Shut your mouth.
All right.
So-
As you peer in, you see beds, you see normal barrack like setup, and it looks like it's just
Nothing. No
empty.
survivors,
Looks
nothing.
like nothing is going on here right now. It's empty, and it looks like there was just some toss. Everything's tossed. Everything's destroyed. You see shell casings. You see bullets hitting into the wall, and
Any weapons?
you look around. You see some broken ones. You see some ones that look like that they've been like discharged and tossed to the side. It doesn't look like there's anything like standing out to you of like that might be a good weapon.
Any bodies that would have some type of comm system on them?
Nope, no bodies.
No bodies.
No bodies. Everything's been looks like it's been moved. So
Okay.
some of the rifles with straps might have been dragged along with them, things like that. So there's not much really in this area.
There's nothing here. We should keep moving towards security.
Where's Ashley? She's in.
That is
Ash.
true. Where's your friend?
You're trying. All right. As you're trying, and again, the comm link is it's not coming through clear or anything like that. It's still garbled, and it's really only coming through in your. It's only you guys haven't heard it. It's coming through in your headset because it looks like it's just like very like strained, and it's not really coming through right.
Yeah.
It's like hello.
Hi, sorry, there was a follow-up question earlier I didn't ask about tripping the security. Would you happen to clarify that a little bit more?
I'm trapped in a command center. I can't really get out of the area that I'm in. There's some defenses up, and
You say, can you be more specific about these defenses?
some. I think they're turrets. Maybe,
Thing.
Shit, they're motion detecting turrets.
but they seem to be on the fritz.
On the fritz.
Scratch that.
All right. We're going to be heading towards security. Would that be able to...
Don't do that.
Why not?
Why?
There's some sort of security measure that's happening right there. It's not going to be an easy access point.
Are they maybe turrets as well?
It's not that. They're more of like laser grids, if you will, and they're not going to allow you to pass through. The easiest way to get through is you'll need to enter through research,
But all the drama.
and the research is connected to the command center.
Yeah. And we're in the barracks and we can get to research directly.
Okay. At the command center, we should be able to turn off the security system.
Yes, you're an officer, right?
Yes. I am not familiar with this station in particular.
If you're an officer, you should know that in there should be some sort of terminal here in command that will allow you to unlock the lockdown.
And you said you were a civilian. Yeah. How do you know all this?
I just came through here. I was told by an officer.
Okay.
We're in a firefight.
What happened to this officer?
Gotcha. All right.
I'm
Well,
just trying to get my friends off the ship.
Sure thing, Ash. We'll be making our way to the command center.
And yeah.
Yeah. Stay posted.
So you heard his side of the conversation with that, yeah?
So are we going or not?
So there's apparently a maybe laser system that might be getting in our way with security, and then also maybe some misfunctioning turrets that might be getting in the way of the command center.
However, we need to get to the command center to turn off all of it.
Well, let's go then.
Or maybe they're just stopping us from going to the security.
If you
In
have any
reality-
additional information other than assumptions, officer, I would love to hear them.
Okay.
Is there anything that I know is in security that could help us?
So from what he told you right there and relayed to you, it makes sense, right? But
He's really
Eyes
feeling
cutting.
it now.
it makes sense, but you know why you going through research? It's not as heavily security like intensive on that side of the building, right? It's probably the easiest to circumvent and get through to the command center. It's just it sounds weird when you hear like defenses on Fritz. Like if the defenses are up, they're up. They're not like gonna go on Fritz, you know, unless someone's messing with it.
Yeah. No, someone... Yeah. This really doesn't seem right at all. I don't understand.
Well, the last station was great as well. So
I was in a closet. It was...
All right, so
Busy.
what do you guys plan to do?
let's head through research. Maybe we can circumvent through whatever ducts that she was using to see if we can access without activating those turrets on us.
Okay,
You guys want to take a 5-minute break quick?
like right now?
We barely did anything.
I know, that's why we got to keep this going. So
We can get there in just a second.
okay, let's get
Let's
to
give it a
some.
sec.
Let's get to a room.
Let's get
just
to a
to-
moment.
yeah.
So you guys start. You go over to research. Doesn't take much to get into research and into the research building. It's, you know,
Bada bing, bada boom.
you enter in. It looks like a bunch of labs, right?
Yeah.
It's a bunch of rooms, and as you guys are starting to traverse through, again, low lighting now. The strobe lights aren't as heavy intensive on here. You're getting like very low light setting, but then you start getting closer to the end of a hallway where you start noticing like the lights are on, right, and the power is up and going, and you're seeing an individual, and he's moving around, and it looks like he's packing up stuff.
I have my firearm ready, at the ready. I'm not pointing it directly at him, and I say, "Identify yourself."
He turns around and he startled by you. It's a guy, right? And he
Knew it.
looks like he's got this gray like salt and pepper hair, right? And like this kind of like dark goatee. And he's like, "What are you guys doing here?"
We might ask you the same question.
I'm supposed to be here. I'm the fuck did I name this guy?
Lead researcher or something. Yeah.
What's in the box?
I'm lead research Morden.
What's in the box?
I'm lead research Morden, and
The box.
Justin, you were an officer on the Arbuck.
Mm-hmm.
You remember a Morden on the ship. You remember that there were escape pods, and you remember there weren't any, and after a while, and you remember that Morden was on the ship of the Arbuck.
He was on the Arbuck, and suddenly he's on.
He's here.
Yeah, suddenly here. Like, he was on the Arbuck, guys. He was on there with me.
So he knows exactly what's going on right now. So it's an odd time to do research there, Doctor.
He's talking.
What are you?
Hey, you!
What?
You know what's happening here. What are you doing here, and how'd you get off the
What's
Arbok?
in the box?
Don't worry about what's in the box. What are you guys doing here? You guys need to leave. Get out of here.
We're not going anywhere until you tell us what's happening.
You.
I don't have to tell you anything.
How
My
did
level
you
of
get
clearance allows me.
Your level of clearance is jack
Means
shit there,
nothing
Doc.
to me. As a commanding officer, I demand that you tell me what you are doing here and how'd you get from the Arbok onto the ISS Clover.
I took an escape shuttle and I got here.
And how did you get in the military labs?
I am a lead researcher.
How'd you get past all the defenses?
I was here before any of this shit happened.
Did you cause it?
I didn't.
No, we did.
So what?
Did I cause this?
Well, on the ARP.
Listen, I don't have to tell you anything.
Hell with this! I activate my Omni Blade and I hold it at his face. You're not telling us something, and you're gonna start right now.
Is anyone smelling something really funky coming off of this guy right here? Like, I'm not saying it's like a heavy odor, but I've definitely been to a party that had this smell before.
All right. Well, it's like, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's calm down. All right. I'm just a researcher here. I work for the International Space Force. That's all I am.
As he has his hands up, I make my hand motion towards that, whatever it was that he was packing up.
And he, like, slaps your hand away. He's like, no, you don't touch the research.
Uh-huh. So, where are you taking this research, Doctor?
Obviously, I'm packing it up and offloading it off-site.
The same thing that you did to the Arbok, yeah?
It's important, and it's imperative that we keep all the research, or everything is for naught.
Well, as commander of this rescue operation, it is now my responsibility to
Are
make
you
sure...
rescuing somebody?
Absolutely, Doctor. You're with our custody now.
How are you going to get this off this station without releasing the lockdown?
I have my ways.
Yeah?
We would be lovely to accept all information, Doctor, now that we are working together as a team.
Listen, these data disks are just being offloaded off-site. That's all. I have my ways.
We will gladly help you and escort you, Doctor, but you're going to be answering to me now.
I don't need your help. You guys may leave.
I am exercising my authority as lead in this operation. You will obey, Doctor. And I motion my hand towards it again. And I grab it. I would love for you to stay in the custody of my lovely friend Officer King here.
You don't know what you guys are doing. That research is important.
We will make sure that it is completely intact, won't we, Officer?
I make no promises.
That research
That's the best promise you're going to get there, Doctor.
I still don't know.
That research there is important to the future of our race and the future of everybody.
Speaking of the future...
In that case... I hand it over to Knife Edger. Knife Edger here is a wonderful, wonderful security guard. Just lading responsibilities.
Yeah.
I'm delegating.
We're willing to discuss whatever is in this research as soon as you want to enlighten us. But right now, we don't trust you because you've come from where we've come from. You've seen what we've seen, and you know something about the situation we're in.
I don't know what do you want? What is it that you want to know here?
We want to know what the fuck those things are!
They're animals. What do you think they are?
And where did they come from?
From the fucking planet. We researched them. They're symbiotic.
I feel like we actually already know this from the last.
We researched them.
Are we confirming?
You want to know what it is? They are a simple creature that we are going to take to another echelon, and we're going to make into something so much better. Something that's going to help us in wars.
Do we notice
Biowarfare.
anything physically wrong with the Doctor as we're all staring at
Physically
him?
wrong with him?
Anything
No.
slightly
Modified.
He looks like just a regular dude.
We wouldn't have any way of identifying a symbiote had it taken hold of him.
From what you have seen and everything you have seen up until this point, like, he would have been rabid and different.
Character related. Is he wearing? What is he wearing?
He's wearing something similar to what Justin King is wearing, like an international space uniform, but it's more like doctor. I don't know what you want, a research type. You can tell the difference. It almost looks like a lab coat mixed with a jumpsuit kind of thing.
All right. Well, he's coming with us now. We're gonna make our way towards the command center.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here with my research, and I don't know why you guys are here.
Put him at gunpoint.
I don't know why you guys even came for me. Why did you guys come for me? Why are you guys here?
Well, we're gonna take this and continue our operation with your data.
What is your operation? What are you going to take me down for us researching some symbiotic and making some warfare?
I'm sorry, Doctor. You don't have clearance to ask that question.
This is
like how you're the one talking about clearance.
Fine. I did the thing.
Yeah.
We're here to get the civilians off station and to get our ship back and leave peacefully.
This guy aims to test on the civilians.
What are you trying to do here? What are you doing?
He just explained it. Do we say
What
it
do you
again?
mean? What do you mean get the civilians off of the ship? What do you?
There's an entire space station worth of people back there who are afraid for their lives.
Okay. What are you trying to? Are you going to turn off the lockdown?
Yeah.
That's
We're
the
gonna-
high low
How
of
do
it.
you even know about any of that?
Well, he doesn't know that we know all the.
Like a lockdown? Yeah. Like
You're going to
there's a basic lockdown.
You're going to try and turn off the
procedure.
lockdown.
We're gonna succeed, sir. You need to get that positivity up.
Who do you have?
We are going to try and turn off the lockdown. Yes.
I can't let you do that. And,
He has no authority. We can
and
just
he's-
keep moving.
You see him he jumps at who's the nearest one to him.
I am, because
He
I've got...
jumps at you and he tries to overpower you, and
I had my Omni.
I get it. He tries to jump on you.
Does he get
Does
past it?
he pull from there?
Yeah, and so are you fighting back? Are you gonna?
I mean, I just had it at the ready. He would have to get past
Like,
it somehow.
so
he's
push-
gonna try and push past
How-
it and try and get at you. Are you gonna try and like?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and dig it into him.
All right.
Oh god.
Make one pull from the tower.
All right.
He's all drugged out.
I feel like it's an anti. He's like 10 foot. 10 foot. He's got like probably 100 pounds on this guy
Maybe.
of muscle.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, under fat.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they were starting to get a little thin already with easy to move ones.
That they are. Oh.
Military grade door.
Yeah, exactly.
Easily.
Military. Also, can we stop like doing the sides? Because
Yeah.
I don't like having to like
I
wedge
just-
it in there.
Well, I mean,
No,
it's
trying to
a
keep it
2 pull
balanced.
versus 1 pull possible if you do it from the 2 sides. So it's like a toss up.
No, I mean on the top.
Oh,
make,
yeah.
Make us wedge it in the middle.
Yeah. All right. So
Sorry.
he jumps on you. You attack with your blade. Are you just fending him off? Are you fending him off? Or are you? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm keeping him at arm's length.
I specifically
So, like,
remember him saying he was digging it in.
Yeah.
Are you okay? So
All
you're-
right, I'm fucking digging it in. Yeah.
All right,
You
so
own it,
stab
sir.
him.
you stab the fuck shit out of this guy. All right, he's a researcher. He's like, and like you fucking push him back. He's been fucking stabbed through. He starts laying down there, and yeah, that's what's happening. Right
I am
now.
shocked.
What's happening now, guys?
I'm just watching it happen.
Are you guys?
Look in
You
the
saw
box.
him.
We
You
look in the
saw him
box.
come for me, right?
Well, someone stopped the bleeding, and I tried to.
I have medical training. Just get out of the way. Like you're just making a mess.
And
Like, get
yeah,
out of
and
here.
so as you come close to do the medical training, you see him pull something out of his
bomb.
pocket, and he presses something. Who has cybernetics on them?
You do.
You do, and you do. Everybody who has cybernetics on them, I need you guys to make a pull from the tower. As all of a sudden something starts happening with the cybernetics on your body, that it starts shorting out.
Yeah, he's gonna EMP your asses.
More importantly, I hope those aren't electronic discs. It's some sort of.
All right. Oh boy. Oh boy.
God.
Is it time? Is it liqueur's time?
It's not.
Oh boy. What's happening?
There yet.
All right. So one pull.
Middle first.
Thank you.
So pull from that. Your arm cannon starts shorting out, and it just like it hurts like a bitch, and it's
Bitches
you're starting to. You're shaking it off, but like your thing is your arm cannon's on the fritz right now. It looks like something is shorting out in it, and you're just trying to get it to hold.
All right, I'm
without,
gonna try to take out the battery.
You take out the battery. You take
Yeah.
out the core. You
Yeah.
kind of open it up real quick, and you tear it out, and
Yeah.
like you're holding it, and like kind of powers down, and so you have one arm and this hot like red hot core right now. It could have been bad.
Okay.
You pulled two.
Yes,
You have the middle finger,
I do.
and
Cybernizing
like
the finger.
it just starts shorting out, and it just like and it's
Power.
Oh, it's just this one, isn't it?
Yeah.
it just starts shorting out as well. What do you do to like hold it off? Are you like you're just holding it or something like that, or what do you got? What are you doing to stop it from?
Shing.
You take it off. You
I
cut
just
the
take
middle,
it off.
You,
Yeah,
you cut
take
the
it
middle
off.
finger off.
You're
and
so
it like starts
drastic.
shorting out on the ground. and he's like he pushes you back,
Yeah.
Justin, and like he starts like crawling over to something looks like one of the cases or something like that. And he starts opening it up like he's gonna grab something out of it. What's happening now?
Grabbing him, trying to pull him away from the case.
Okay, so he's like
Someone grab the case! Grab the case quick!
All right,
Well, I
so
mean,
Knife
yeah.
Edger grabs the case, he pulls it away. Are you guys just subduing this guy, or
Yeah,
what's
now
going
I'm
on?
just trying to
Has
subdue
has
him.
the battery started cooling now that it's not
cooling,
connected?
but it's slowly cooling because it's like a hot core.
I take my giant fucking body and I sit on him.
All right, you just sit on him.
I just sit on him.
All right, so you go and you just like slam down on him and sit on him, and,
Spacesuit too.
Right.
and big spacesuit. He's like,
All right, I think we're just squeezing the rest of it
So-
out of his gore hole now.
While he's being sat on, go right up, go right around, look at him face to face.
What? He's bleeding out.
Yeah, but he's gonna
Yeah.
talk to him in his last moments.
We just fucking knifed him.
Let him
If anything,
speak.
this is
Let him-
self-
You
Defense
had
now.
a way to get off this rock without getting down to lockdown. How? Who'd you have on the outside?
and he doesn't really answer you or anything like that. He's
Sit on him a little harder.
We're-
Harder.
Yeah, you're sitting harder. Yeah.
I'm attempting to put the core back in place now that it's
You
cooled
put-
off a bit.
You're able to put it back in. It looks like there's something still on the fritz a little bit, but it's getting back to stabilizing. But
Am I able to actually use my phalanges?
you're able to move it a little bit, but it still seems like it's a little on the fritz, but it's
Okay.
not crazy right now.
You put the lives of everyone on the station, of everyone on our ship, and possibly the lives of everyone that we know in danger for your research. And that's all that's important to you?
And he says that he start as you say that he starts to talk, but it sounds weird. It sounds like it's mechanical almost, and he starts saying that it's almost like a robotic voice coming out of it, and he starts it's all garbled, like doesn't really sound like any type of semblance of words,
sound
and
like-
then
I'm gonna look at
Static.
whatever's pouring out of him now, like more closely.
it looked reddish at first, but then now that you're looking at it, it actually does not really look like blood. It looks like some sort of coolant or something like that, and it's pouring out of him, and he's still like with a lot of strength, even though you're sitting on him with like his body. He's like clawing, and like you see his hand start like to tear away to like a metal like hand or something like that, and
Dear God, he's an android.
We just got
my
aliens.
way off of this station, this consciousness, the body just doesn't matter. That's what he starts saying.
I chop his head off.
Yeah. So you chop
No
his head
use
off.
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chop his fucking head off. It rolls off, and
Then you're no use to us.
Yeah.
Edger, check
At
the
least
tapes.
alive.
Are they still intact?
It appears so. He didn't destroy those.
Probably the consciousness he was
you
talking
guys,
about.
and then as you look at this headless android body, it starts saying some other stuff, and it starts spouting off,
0110.
0011, the bioengineered control, and it starts saying, Genos alien, the alien symbiotic harbinger, and it just cuts off.
Harbinger.
Right, so you have some strange bedfellows.
And
So you knew about that, right?
Yeah. No.
You-
I did not know about that at all. He seemed alright. Maybe I don't even know if that
I
he
mean,
was
did you have a
fine.
beer with
He-
them at some point? Like,
He's one of us. What are you talking about?
all right, and as that happens, and as you guys are like, "What the fuck is going on?" let's take a quick 5-minute break for you guys out there. For those of you who are joining us, we're going to go on a quick 5-minute break, exit fluids, enter fluids, and stuff like that. And we'll be right back on with the rest of the session here and the story, and let's see how it unfolds with the crew here. Hopefully, we'll see if everybody survives, and we'll see what's next for you guys. Those of you out there, please spread the word for us at twitch.tv/Pop Samurai Network. We're going to continue on in just a moment, so stick with us as we continue on with episode 2 of our Dread campaign, Atop, A Middle Grave.
What if?
What's going on, Pop Samurai fans? Welcome back. We're about to enter into the second half of our Dread Let's Play here. We're going to have some fun as we play through. Once again, going through, if you're just joining us, welcome. Thank you so much for commenting in the chat. The crew here of the SS Spinelli plus Justin King, an officer in the International Space Force, is traversing through the ISS Clover, the International Space Station Clover, as it's been infested with some sort of symbiotic alien creature. And you haven't met any of creatures yet, but you've seen the telltale signs from the last time you encountered them, the dragging off of people, the things that have happened. And you're trying to get to the military command center to lift the lockdown protocol that's been instituted here in the space station, to be able to release the civilians out of the lockdown sector so that they can get to the transport ships and release the transport ships from the lockdown sector and get the hell off of the space station. So this is where you guys are at the moment, and it's super fun. You guys just encountered lead researcher Morden as you try to
I encountered him.
You tried to talk to him. He was very unruly, did not want to speak to you guys, and he was beheaded, and you found him to be an android. He said some ominous
We found out he was an android first,
And
and
then
then we
beheaded
beheaded him. Okay, thank you. I'm just gonna.
There it is.
How's now?
Yes,
Better.
good.
Gosh,
All right, so
probably off the screen now.
and with that, we rejoin the crew as they are on the in the research section of the military compound, and you guys are trying to see what's going to happen here. You just beheaded this android who was talking about bioengineering and all this other stuff and researching of the aliens, and so yeah, what are you guys doing?
You guys, there's no time to waste. Let's get to that command center.
I agree.
I mean, we're still headed there. Yes.
I know, but let's move.
enough of this bastard. He's
All
got
right.
nothing left.
So, all right, we head to the command center, and what? We bump into a door.
We
Go ahead.
Is there anything happening before we go?
we take
I
the
mean-
research discs.
Yeah.
Yes,
How
we
big
did.
are the research
Yeah, we
discs?
did.
So the
So you're taking the drives?
Yeah.
So you're taking the research data and everything like that. You're taking some of the folders and stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Whatever's what can be
Manageable.
carried.
That'll be on an officer here to know what's probably.
What do you-
best
okay.
to grab.
I'm
Just-
rifling
just
through.
taking-
If there are discs, I take the discs, pocket them.
Okay, so
to-
you're taking like
for
the disc. You're looking through. There's a bunch of folders. They're talking about bioengineering. They talked about
As an officer, can I
not just
decipher
this is not.
anything?
Yeah, you're looking at it and you're just like, this is not the first time they've encountered them. They've studied them. They have.
How
an
long
idea.
ago? What are the dates on those?
Star dates? Years. They've been studying them for years.
This is nothing really new.
Anything that shows what went wrong on the Arbok?
New research in the recently, no, there isn't anything new about what was wrong
Most
on our
importantly, anything that they're prone to, weak to, anything that we can use to our advantage.
They do have like a profile on them. They talk about like them being basic creatures, basic need feed, and they feed off radiation and kind of like the electrical. They're attracted to other organisms to feed off of like the energy field around them, the biometric field around them. You see something in a folder about like bioengineering a bioweapon, bioengineering something to control, a new alien genos.
They made a movie about this back in 1979.
Something something
We have a historian here.
looking for a new Geno,
Yeah.
if you will.
All right.
All right, well,
That's what you're looking for. You
Sounds like a not my
hanging about.
problem.
and then you see research folder. It's empty, but the research folder is marked alien symbiotic harbinger.
Harbinger. Of course. That was the end goal of the Harbinger.
All right, but
let's
are you
get-
guys
Let's get out of
moving?
here.
About that
Remember what we
door
got.
we're about to run into.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are heading through the research station. You, for you kind of know where everything is kind of like laid out a little bit. You haven't been here for a while because you've been more on the ship, but you get to the cross section between research and the military command center. You see that there's a lockdown door, if you will. It's blocking the way, but it's not a heavy reinforced blast door. It's more of just like a locked door.
No windows or anything to look inside.
It's got like a small like glass or small like port looking glass. You look through it. The strobing lights happening again in there. It's kind of dim. It's not much happening in there.
Didn't see anything. We saw that there was scratch marks and blood marks, something leading toward there. Can I see anything from that window?
Motion detector.
You look around there, motion detector going off as you're trying to pick up any type of motion. You're not noticing anything happening right now. You do see the telltale signs of drag marks. You see the claw marks. You see a bunch of that stuff. And that's what you're seeing right now.
All right.
So, just a little recap here, guys. Huddle up. All right. We're just...
I imagine like the Three Stooges huddle up. It's like,
All right. So we have a couple of rounds of a pistol, and I don't know how well this thing's gonna work now. This thing or whatever it is that's dragged these people have taken on probably like a small military detachment. Just want to put that out there. That we are a little bit underprovided right now, so let's not get crazy.
Did they teach you this in your officer school? No. Okay. Well then, no.
But I have
What we
learned
need
how
to
to
do.
fight, unlike your military here. And sometimes that's being
Hey,
careful.
shut your mouths! Did anybody hear that?
I hear it.
If we're not gonna fight, then shut the fuck up.
All right. He is right. We can't take them all head
Guys, we better get behind this door
You guys
now.
are hearing that. You guys are looking. You guys hold up against the research door, and then you see a very familiar scene. You see some humanoids, but they're skinless. It's all muscle and bone from a humanoid who's been taken over by one of these symbiotes. You see that big, like, alien muscle that has been like attached to the back of their spine as they're coming through. You see the chattering of the teeth, and that's what you're hearing. And they come through, and you guys are looking through the porthole, and they see you, right? And as you're just like shit, right? And as you do that, you back up. They see you, and then they go like this, and then they turn around, and then they run out of the building.
So they were in the command center?
Yes.
Okay. They run out of the building.
Ash, come in, Ash.
You're calling Ash
Yeah.
at this moment?
Yeah.
Okay, so you start to call Ash. Trying to get like, my sounds all. All right, so you start to call Ash, and it starts coming through, and it's like, hello, yes.
Ash, where are you located in proximity? And I give her like where we are with the blast doors.
I'm trapped. I'm trapped on the top floor. I think I'm a few rooms away from the command control, but I can't get to it. Like I got trapped in here with some blast doors, and there seems to be, I think, some movement from like these things with no skin on.
Do they know that you're in there?
I'm trying not to draw attention to myself.
All right, so there are several floors to this.
Please.
Floors.
How many? Ask Ash how many floors there are.
You said top floor of this building, and what floor is that?
I think it's maybe like the third level, but on the second level, I think is where the command is.
And I'm assuming I know where that would be.
Yeah, I think you would know where
Alright.
that would be.
Boys,
If we care at all about this person's well-being, we better get up there now.
I think we better move up and we split and get 2 people upstairs to get Ash and 2 people to the command and try to get this going.
I agree.
All right. So you guys are going to be entering into the building.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Now, how we split is one person, one of us with him, one with the suit, and the other one with the suit.
All right.
All right.
Okay. All right. So you guys open the blast door into it. So you open the blast door. It's quiet now. There doesn't seem to be any signs of those skinless creatures.
But it's like it's still the strobe light or whatever.
So the strobe light, low power, not much visibility except when it strobes open and it goes down to dim.
Keep
Strobes
the
up.
keep the
goes down
motion
to dim.
sensor. Do you have any configurations with your cybernetic enhancements for visual that would help us in this case?
They're mostly for interfacing with tech.
I have a lamp I can give you.
I got a flashlight.
Fine. My gas lamp.
All right, if we're gonna
We-
split up, one team headed to the top floor, the other team headed
Middle
to floor 2.
Yep.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to interface just in case they did something.
Then we're going up to get the other. We're going to get Ash, and you can communicate with her.
Great.
Okay. So
So wait, what are teams then?
Myself.
These 2, and you and me.
Oh, okay.
all right. So who's gonna go for Ash and who's going to the control?
I'm into control.
Control.
Okay, and then you
Ash.
2 are going for Ash. Okay. All right. So, you guys head up the floors. You notice again, lots of drag marks, lots of like signs of the battle. Right. You start climbing the stairs. You pass some hallways, but you get to the second floor, and there's a looks like this is command center like. It looks like it's a bunch of like kiosks, and it's a pretty high tech like command center, right? But it's blocked off by like this one of the sealed security gates, right? For those of you who are there going for that, while the other 2 are heading up the floor even more to the 3rd level to try and locate Ash, you guys are there, met with this door. What are you guys doing to try and get through this door?
All right. Just see if first I see if like my clearance will let me into that door.
What's your clearance?
Yes.
All right, you enter your clearance code. It's not working.
I entered again.
Just to be sure.
It tells you, nope, still not going to happen.
That's weird phrasing for this interface to give me, but okay, fine.
Lip service.
I try to interface with my Omni tool.
So you interface with your Omni tool?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So with the Omni tool and your engineering knowledge, and you're trying to get through the schematics, you look like you can probably hack the door, right? But in order to hack the door and not trip any defenses with this door, I need to make a pull from the tower. One pull.
All right.
Do it.
So what's happening to us while we're going up to Ash?
All right, so you guys are going up to Ash?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys begin to
Feel like we
climb
got
the
that.
stairs, and you get to looks like this top floor, and there's like kind of like a long hallway, and it leads to like some blast doors, and it's pretty interesting. Like these blast doors, pretty big, pretty hefty, and you get to the blast doors, and you're trying to locate it. You get through it.
Yes.
Hack through it. You open the gate. You can get to the controls, and you guys are working on taking down the lockdown, right?
Yep. Same thing.
Okay, so you guys went up, right?
Mhm.
So the officer went up to look with Ash
No.
instead of
No.
These 2 went to the control.
okay. And then, I'm sorry,
The
officer went
faux
to-
officer
So
king has
you,
gone.
Officer King, I will need you to make one pull from the tower to make sure you pull the lockdown correctly.
Sure.
Oh,
All right, and so
not an NPC anymore.
now, as you guys get to the blast doors, you're inspecting them. It's like, this thing's gonna be fucking impossible to get through without like the only way to get through this is if we can try to maybe like unlock the door, get the lockdown down, because like it looks like I can see the yellow lights going off, and something must have got, however when you're doing it, you're looking at it, You're
Thank you.
and you're looking at the door, and you heard a scream, and you're just like, what the fuck, you know? And this door is like, this thing or whatever this door is had to been like closed for a while now. Like this thing got locked, right? And nothing got in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now, so you pulled, right?
Absolutely,
And you
yeah.
lifted the lockdown.
Yeah, just like I've done hundreds of times in training.
All right, and so you entered in, you navigated correctly.
Don't open that door yet.
I'm not.
Lockdown's coming down, right? Doors are coming up. You see the map, right? The yellow doors are starting to power back on. Things are starting to open. Blast doors are opening up. Garrus calls you up. Hey, Boyle, did you took down the lockdown?
Aye.
That's great. All right, I'm gonna start moving the civilians over to the goddamn transport ships. We're getting the fuck off here.
Have we reestablished the transports?
I haven't stepped
The
out.
tram.
I haven't stepped out into the tram yet. But if the power is coming back on and locked down all the doors and everything is coming up, everything should be good. All right, the tram should be coming up.
Don't
All right.
question it.
Be safe. Look after Manan. I've gotta go. We turn and we start heading towards the upstairs to regroup.
All right. As everything is going down and lockdown's coming down, the yellow strobe lights stop. It's gone down to dim light, and it's just the strobing lights, and the doors are starting to open. The blast doors, the lockdown doors are starting to lift, and as it starts to lift, the door that's in front of you begins to open, and you begin to. You look around and you notice that there are a bunch of drag marks, and there's a bunch of drag marks coming to up here, right? And there's like a lot of blood marks, and
Just now we're noticing this. Huh?
You didn't ask. You didn't ask if there was. I've been telling you that there's been drag marks.
Well, I know that. I was hoping it was the command center.
Or the core.
And as the door is lifting, and you guys are. As the door is lifting and you guys are looking at it, body falls as this door is lifting up. And his body falls, and it looks like it's an officer because it's an officer clothing, but it looks like something's wrong with the skull, as it looks like it's been cracked in and it's kind of hollow. And as it begins to lift open and it goes all the way up, yeah.
Ash?
Are you calling Ash?
Ash?
Yeah, as you... It's a good question. There.
I don't want to have to go down that hallway, so...
Rod!
That's the officer.
Just waiting
Yeah.
for that overbite sound, you know?
You're waiting for the overbite sound. As you're calling for Ash, you begin to hear heavy movement from not in the vicinity, but like outside. And you're starting to hear what sounds like what you heard before with those creatures moving and the chattering, but you're hearing a lot of them.
Like they're in the same room?
This is on the headset?
Yeah, is this on the headset?
Not on the headset. You're hearing it outside and
Outside
like
the building.
outside of the building, and you're starting to get like this bad feeling as like
Right.
things. You're starting to hear stuff moving.
I hold up my lamp. In the other
Motion
direction.
detector would be great.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Are you
Yes.
all right? So you're motion detecting. You're looking around, and in the near vicinity, something starts moving, and it starts moving towards you guys, and it's a single thing, and it starts moving to you guys, and you see, coming out, it looks like some sort of weird creature. It's got like this chitinous skin. It doesn't have like, it's not flesh and it's not muscle. It like imagine
Gelatinous.
you know what? Actually, imagine
Crap.
Imperfect Cell, right? But it kind of looks like a female version of it that's white skinned, right? And it starts coming out, and it screams out to you guys, and then all of a sudden in your head, Liqueur, you hear, "You came for me," and it starts charging you guys very fast.
No, close the door! Close the door!
Can you close it?
Blast door is already lifted. What are you guys doing? This thing is coming at you at this moment.
Have we gotten back? Yeah.
You guys are on the second floor of control. As you guys are looking around, and you're like, "What the fuck is going on?" You're lifting up the locks, and the lockdown's coming up. You do notice some paperwork strewn about, and then you see the rest of that folder where it was labeled Alien
Harbinger.
Alien Symbiotic Harbinger, which you see that the lettering was spelled Ash, and it talks about telepathy. It talks about control,
catch it.
and it talks about controlling the creatures, biowarfare, mixing human and symbiotic DNA, and
Do any alerts or klaxons start with
and then
all of the
echoing down the hall as you're looking at this, you're looking at the control, you're seeing proximity, motion proximity is on the outside edge of the military compound. You're seeing multiple things moving in. And then you're also hearing down this echoing scream down the hall, and it just sounds monstrous. That's what you guys hear at the control.
Richard,
you
come
guys,
in.
back to you guys. This thing is charging you.
What's going on up there? What was that sound?
Well, we're gonna see how well this works.
I pull my knife.
Pull the knife.
Come
Here we
in.
go. And
Say something.
all right, what do you? So who's doing what?
Obviously,
so you
while
pull.
you guys are
You're
doing
trying
this.
your cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you pull the cannon, and you're trying to get it to go, and it's jamming up, and it's not working at this moment. It's still on the fritz. It's not responding to what you want to do. It's not opening up. The hand is just like kind of going like this, and you're like, shit. What are you guys doing?
Turn tail and run.
Well, what are you doing first?
I'm already gone.
Come in.
So it's like it's
You're not saying anything. What the hell was that sound?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Do we have anything that notices all of the minor creatures running into the building?
Yeah, like proximity. Like you notice that there's multiple coming in now.
I would like to try to re-engage the security system on the exterior of
Okay.
No, wait. Can you control the firearms?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. The exterior.
exactly,
Yes.
the exterior defenses.
Oh, I see.
Okay, you start going
Exterior
around
defended.
with King, trying to guide you to it as well. And you're an engineer. I'd say you easily get that stuff up and going. Like you know what's going on. The tool, getting it up and going. You're hacking in, and the online exterior turrets start turning on, and you see stuff just getting mowed down. It's only gonna hold out for a little bit, but it's there and it's going and it's helping and it's slowing those things down.
Thinning the herd.
You have
Thinning
to
the
move.
herd. So
You gotta move.
now what are you guys doing?
We got to get upstairs. We got to
Why?
get to them.
They're there. They don't know what's going on with you guys. What are you guys doing? The two who were upstairs.
If we can't establish radio contact,
Something's wrong up there.
Okay, so I am in mid sprint. If that wasn't clear at this point after the failure.
Okay, so you guys are sprinting down the stairs.
Right,
Both
yes.
of you guys,
And this thing is.
and it's coming down. It looks pretty menacing. Like when it stood up and you heard it speak to you into your mind. It stood like a good 8 to 9 feet tall.
I have
It's
a
slender body. I imagine a white xenomorph. Why not?
I start
the armored titan.
There we go.
in an effort to try to get it out of my head. I am reciting the same verse of Tom Jones. It's not unusual to be loved.
Being a captain
Right now.
It's not unusual.
You just hear it calling
Let them
to.
die.
to be heard by anyone. Now I'm saying it out loud. But when I
Come
see
to
you,
me.
So we're high speed running out of there. We get back down the stairs, and it's still tailing us. And these guys are still in the other room.
And now we run into
What
And
you
they
guys-
see
you
us
guys-
dart
you guys-
by.
You guys intersect as
Yeah.
you guys are coming down, and you're like, "What the?"
The
Not
hell?
that way, this way.
And you just hear coming down like this monster.
Not that way, this
The
way.
hell? What'd you do?
No, Tucky, now.
The hell?
Runny
right.
now.
You guys are booking it, I guess, all together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Woo!
All right, so you guys
Back
are
to the ship,
You
you
know.
guys.
you guys are all booking it off
But-
of this this area, this creature following you, very close by. As you're coming out of the building, you're seeing the motion turrets like tearing down a group of the creatures, and they're
We gotta
once
get past
again
them.
the
Knock
the
them
muscle,
over.
the refuse, the bone, like it's being cut down. Some of them you see some of like the creatures detach and like scutter off. And as like this creature that was behind you, I'll call it Ash, as it breaks through like the front entrance, and you just you see it behind you, and then you see all the creatures that haven't been cut down yet like raised to attention as like it goes like this again, and like here's like almost like it's being told to do something, right? And they start organizing up and they start
Hive
moving,
mind.
and they start moving to try and intercept you guys. What are you guys doing to get? What's that?
Stop saying.
Alright, Mars attacks.
All right.
I think we should go back through research.
We
We can't just go through the front. We'll be mowed down by the turrets.
You kick
Security.
one over. Run.
And then at that moment, as you guys are running through, you notice all the power come on, right? And the station looks like it's full operational. And you start hearing a voice come over the intercom, and it sounds like an alert sound. And it's saying imminent jump, warp jump, imminent, and it's starting to come through, and
Great.
you guys know that, especially someone who's an expert in Nest quick drives.
Yes, that would be me.
Warping, right? When the power in the station needs an emergency warp, right? You know that the protocol after a lockdown, and you know the protocol after, with warp,
Go back
one of
to
the
Earth.
common things that it happens is it teleports back to Earth.
Lads, that's not good.
There's no way to undo that now.
It's bringing us back home.
Where's the elevator to the core?
What
We
do
get
you think
exploded.
we're gonna do a repeat performance with these things on our arses?
I need to know where the elevator is.
You guys are running through. What are you guys doing to get out of the way of this herd of these things now that are coming
nothing
more
that we-
organized to you?
Does your buddy have that alternate route, maybe?
Oh, it's right now.
I try to tap into Garrus.
Garrus comes on. Oi, what's going on?
Hey,
We're
you
being
say
chased.
the
Hell.
Help us! We're being tailed by those bastards.
no, just ask for the route.
Where do we go to get out of
Command
Research
center.
center.
the command center?
It's.
Are you all right? Shit. You're being chased?
Yeah. Aye.
Head to the tram. Head to the tram track. Be prepared. I'm coming through very hot and very fast. I'm not stopping, you fuckers.
So,
All right.
but this
We
thing's
can't
right
get
on our
past. We
tail.
can't get past the barricade of weaponry, though.
We've
need
gone
alternate
gone
route.
around through
We did, okay.
research.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're going around. You're busting through. What are you guys doing to avoid this herd that's now coming at you, like
why I was
that's
saying
being
the alternate
organized?
route.
Oh, I assumed
Can
that they
cannon
were.
work yet? Have you been trying with that cannon?
Oh, you see, I totally forgot about it. So, of course, it doesn't work.
Any C4?
I have nothing to do with this.
King, can we cut through security to get to the front?
That's what. Yeah, we should be able to do that.
Yeah, if you want.
The laser grid is still up.
By the way,
I
if,
wouldn't think so.
if
Lockdown
we-
has been happening, so it should be open. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, we're out of there now.
All right.
It's a hindsight 2020 thing.
All right, you guys run through it, and you guys cut through security. I don't know. You bust through a fucking window or something like that.
Yeah.
You come through. Looks like this. It's a huge security gate. Lots of stuff's happening, and you're trying to outrun these creatures. And you're passing through. King, you know that this hallway is actually a security hallway, and you notice that okay, the laser grid was up. I could kick it back on as we're coming through. We might be able
That's
to
exactly what I'm
slow
trying
them
to
down, but you'd have to slow down and do it.
Someone has to slow down and do this. It's gonna have to be me.
You want to do it?
I mean, you weren't going to get any volunteers, so.
You'd have to, you gotta take a pause.
No one else is gonna volunteer.
Well, I mean,
No?
you're the only one who can do it.
At the same time, I can teach you.
If you're stopping, if you're gonna stop to pull up this gate, gotta pull it from the tower.
Gotta put it from the tower. All right.
Do it.
One
Get
pull
up
from
there.
the tower to pull up the gate to slow them down as you guys move forward.
I'm gonna pull.
Do it.
All right.
You
I'm
got
gonna.
this.
You guys keep running. I'm gonna turn on the laser gate.
Just do it. We don't have time to discuss it. What are we gonna brew some tea?
Justin King stops and he's like, "Guys, keep going!" And he's under an immense amount of stress. There's a herd of these guys coming, being, shepherded by this creature, and he's like working with the console, trying to get this laser grid up and going. They're coming down. They're knocking
They're
over
working it.
out of
Did he
people.
say something? I'm still running.
It's actually turning a lot.
Careful!
Oh
don't laugh! Don't laugh!
no! Oh
Why did you pull there? Why?
He's already devoted.
no! Oh my lord!
He's fucking us
Hold on,
up for
placement.
later, I tell you that.
In the middle.
In the middle. All right. Lots of stress. A moment that you might almost think that you almost weren't gonna get it up. This laser grid goes up and it cuts a couple of them as they come flying through in pieces. And you're like, ha! And you keep going. You start running as fast as you can to catch up to everybody. The herd has slowed down. This laser grid's in their way. You start cutting to the tram, and you're getting close to this tram, like hop-on station, and then you see the tram cart coming through at an enormous amount of speed. It's there. You see a single passenger on board. He's like, "Oi, jump on, you fucks!"
Billy,
Gotta jump on.
give him a holler.
Here we go.
Gotta jump.
Are you jumping on?
Yeah.
We all have to pull then, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
All right, you guys all jump on at this moment, and you guys grab on. Lots of slipping, and you almost don't make it, but you hop on this tram cart, speeds off, and it starts heading away from the herd and military section, and you're super happy and psyched about that. It's gonna head around past operations to the docking bay, and Garrus is like, "All right, it's time to get the fuck off here."
We
What happened to
can't do
everyone
that.
else? No?
In my head, I keep thinking head to operations, head to operations, head to
Why?
operations, head to operations.
Let's get to our damn ship.
And then you
Are
guys
we not going to
Gotta
the
get
core?
out. This place is done.
I'm not talking to you. Head operations, head to operations,
Right.
head to operations.
Can you somehow check if you can somehow access the core from other terminals?
I mean, everything's online now.
what do you
As
guys-
long as we're just riding, I suppose I could ask Garrus about the...
Okay, go ahead. What do you guys?
Garrus, this thing's preparing for a jump. You know the procedure. It's going home. We can't let that happen. Not with them on it.
Fuck. Oh man, Boyle, you got me in a rock and a hard place. Listen, what are you trying to do? Are you gonna? We can't overload the core in a fucking space station, Boyle.
Gonna be sending.
We
We could... I
There's-
mean, the only other option is to go up to the bridge and try and reroute it.
Or fight that
That's
son
not
of a
gonna-
bitch?
What if we just choose a different course?
In order to get to, I mean, that's a big risk because we don't even know what's up in the bridge or how it's operational. If we don't make it in time, like it's gonna go back to Earth no matter what.
It's 6 in one hand,
You're-
half dozen in the other.
You specialized in Nest quick drives, right?
I...
I can't take that seriously at all.
In an instant.
If you set it, you might be able to create an Einstein-Rosen bridge and implode the ship instead of exploding it. Because if we're transporting the fuck off here and you overload the core, it's gonna catch us up. But if you warp it in the same fucking spot, you might be able to suck it into its own fucking asshole.
I was just thinking we just
Poetry.
make it go into the sun, but that's cool.
That's the only thing we can
Right
do.
now, like
Um,
you're not gonna be able to change the coordinates, but if you can get it to error out and overload, it might not warp to where it's gonna go. It's gonna warp in the same spot, and it's gonna fucking implode on itself with a fucking black hole.
I didn't think you paid attention that
I
hard
fell
in
asleep
school.
most of the time, but
Holy shit, that's brilliant.
To be honest, that probably looks
also,
wicked
I'm
awesome
not
in
gonna. I'm
CG.
not gonna fucking lie. I'm fucking high as shit right now. I took all of my Karis.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Not right now. We can't talk about that. Lads.
Our primary objective is containment. We have to stop it from getting to Earth.
Your primary is containment.
Look, the Rosette Bridge will shoot it somewhere else in the universe. Better than going to Earth.
It'll
That's
get
not accurate, but I like your enthusiasm.
at the same time.
Exactly what it
But if it
is.
gets sucked into itself, it's gonna tear everything the fuck apart. It's not gonna go back over there wherever it's gonna shoot it off or wherever it's gonna go. It's not gonna go whole.
Fair enough.
It's gonna disintegrate this fucking ship
I think we
and
get
give
rid
us
of
a
this
chance
shit.
to get the fuck off here.
Yeah.
The civilians are loaded up on some of the transports. We're trying to get the fuck off here.
All right.
That's our only shot.
What was it? Let's go. If we split into groups, 2 people in the spacesuits over there, I have an idea.
What? Say it.
This is the time for ideas.
Officer King and I will head back to the ship, undock it, and we're gonna bust you straight out of the bridge.
Why?
Out of the core, you mean? We're going to the core.
Sorry, I'm half paying attention here.
Yes.
You and your damn
But
singing.
you guys don't have to make the trip. We'll make the trip to you.
That's a possibility.
I don't hate that idea.
We gotta man up and do it.
Alright. You think either of you can actually make that kind of an operation succeed?
You can get it.
Would you like to have some other ideas as well?
I got shite.
All right.
We all just die with these things.
I'm just saying, less running involved.
We're
Listen,
already
I'd like-
further than I thought we'd get.
I got ancestors back over on Earth. I'd like them not to be fucked in the ass by some fucking aliens.
Bust out of that bridge.
Bust out that bridge.
All right, Task Force
I love
One.
it.
All right.
We have
No choice.
Calix and Specialist Edger.
All right.
Sorry, Navigator Edger.
Specialist navigator.
Specialist Nav. I'm
Special
appointing
navigator.
you.
Yeah.
Are gonna head to the core to reconfigure jerry rig, as it were.
I would like to remind you guys that weren't there drag marks going toward the core?
It's an elevator drag marks, you bet. They like
Yeah.
radiation, according to the research.
Self-destruct sequence.
That was weird. I don't know why that happened.
Feels like
Ignore
that just.
that. Ignore that.
Are you being serious right now
So
to ignore it?
funny.
I don't know. Sorry.
Wait, did we actually hear that in character?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know why that went off.
Because that was almost like a it did it for us.
We need to do this, and we need to start moving now.
Yeah,
We're
we
almost
gotta go
getting to
now.
our destination.
If you're gonna go with them, you're gonna have to find a way to get a suit.
No, I've got a suit. You need to go to there?
He doesn't
No.
have a suit. He didn't take
Yeah, but
one.
why
I
does he
didn't
need to
see
go?
No,
There's half of you
They're
guys with
drag
a suit and
marks.
half of you guys without a suit.
Yeah. Why do you need to go with?
no, I'm just saying, like, you guys better be
You
prepared.
want to take my suit? And
No,
I
I'm
got
not taking We're almost there.
Maybe take his gun.
Wait. That's a brilliant idea. He knows the ship better than anyone, and you can pilot
the ship.
the
The ship.
Spinelli down to us.
Damn
God.
right I can.
Strip now,
damn
man!
it.
Give him the
Woof.
suit!
All right.
And
Imagining
like
a
that, it
Sailor
was on
Moon
Brett.
thing going on right now. That's suddenly like.
Wow, you have more tattoos than I remember.
All right.
We
so,
can do
Get the
this.
suit
All right.
on. Yeah, we got to get out of here.
good. All right. So what's the plan officially?
We're
We-
going to. Yeah, go ahead.
We, myself, and Officer King are going down to the core
Okay.
to overload it and try to cause an Einstein-Rosen bridge.
Okay.
Reaction.
And the other 2 are going to the ship to try and bust them out of there when it's done. Right?
Exactly. We're gonna take the ship over to their side, and then they can decompress, which could probably save them too if those creatures come after them.
Possibly.
Yes.
Hopefully they can
It'll make it
survive
harder.
in space.
So
We'll see how it goes, won't we?
All right.
All right.
got this.
All right. So then Garrus goes, all right then. The 2 of you with the space jumpsuits, you
Jump
guys
off.
gonna have to get off. Head to the corridor. Head to the elevators. Just take the shaft down. Engineer,
Aye.
Good.
listen. You're a good guy, but
we're
you can't hold your liquor for nothing. But I want you to know, I respect you for what you're doing.
Yeah, don't go soft on me now.
All right.
You always were a lass when it came to anything important.
Also, that engineering tool, it's a loner.
Oh no, this has my name etched into it now.
And you guys jump off the bridge. All right, I'm taking you back to the bay, guys. Get you on that ship, and let's see what happens.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, so to the core.
To the core. Ready.
You guys get to the core. Both of you guys are running towards through the rest of the transfer hub to the ships.
Spinelli.
You guys are headed over there. You guys get to the elevator shaft. It doesn't look like that they're running, but you open it up. It's like a straight shaft shot down. Are you guys
I've got my tether glove and I've got mag boots.
Okay.
I'm just gonna rappel down with the tether glove.
And you've got just.
And you're just like grab booting it down. You're going down to the core, and you get down to the core. And I'll get back to you guys to get into the ship in a second. This is a large engineering core bay. All right, it's from what you remember from the Arbuck, that was huge. This is powering a space station. It's beautiful. You imagine like many people it takes many people to run this properly and keep it going. And you can see this gigantic spherical like warp drive, the next quick drive there.
It's the
near
banana edition.
Oh, I can't believe
I've never seen one in person. It's a thing of beauty.
All right, you guys in the spacesuits, you're looking around, and you're walking on these catwalks, trying to get up to these catwalks up to the warp drive. And as you guys are peering down, you see almost a sight that like chills you to the bone from before when you saw, dozens of these things in that engineering bay on the Arbok. This is almost like a sea of just like a lot of these, not only the slug creatures, but of like these humanoids that have been taken over, and there's a bunch of them down there by the core, like basking in the radiation that's leaking out of it as they broke into the core. It looks like it's broken to shit.
This is an invading army. We can't let this get to Earth.
Wait, you're with them?
I'm with them.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's just
Pay attention.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
There's
you
no
guys
way
are gonna
this gets to Earth.
try and get this Einstein-Rosen bridge going.
How do they do it?
Yes.
All right, so you head over to you get to the warp bridge.
Wait. I hit a button on my Omni tool and inject another bit of Karis.
All right. Oh, space cocaine happens, and you feel it. You feel this rush, and it almost feels like time slows down for a second. You're like, I can fucking see the universe.
I can do this.
I can do this. The confidence happens.
Except I'm actually moving that slowly. I
Pick up the pace.
can do this.
The hell happens to your
That's
voice?
like so fast. What are you talking about?
No, he's picturing himself slow moving. He's actually slow moving.
Yeah.
All right, so
And it like fucking catches up to me.
the
and I
captain and Knife Edger head back to the bay. They're going through the crates. You see people getting onto the transport ships, and you see kind of like the last of the civilians and things like that. Garrus is with you guys. All right, they're loading up. That's the last of them. We're gonna shove off this thing. You guys are gonna take your ship?
Yep. We're getting on our ship.
Good.
Don't take off that.
I'm gonna start her up.
Good luck.
We gotta go on the outside perimeter and stay within 100 yards or something like that.
Take us off there, Navigator Edger.
We'll do. All right, we're floating around.
I want to say good luck to a lot of you. It's been real, and try your best not to die. And he runs over to the transport ship, and also at that time you start seeing from like the transport bay, you see
Flood.
a bunch of these things of the skinless creatures start running towards like the bay, and like they're coming, and it looks like a group of them. It's not like an army because like they're down in the core. This looks like probably what was remaining of what you saw at the military installation. They've made it around that laser grid. They're coming through. It looks like a handful of them, and they're running towards the docking bay for you guys.
Is it Ash with them?
You don't see Ash.
Okay. Ooh.
That's,
So with it,
that's them at the distance. I don't know.
oh, okay. So we are now on the Spinelli doing takeoff procedure, correct?
Yeah, we're already.
You guys are powering up your ship.
Yeah.
You're getting everything going. You're trying to get everything undocked. You see in the distance, you see some of them coming, and like a couple of them split off to try and head towards the transport ship.
I head towards the tail end of the ship. I grab one of the remaining spacesuits that we have on there, and I have it half on, not completely on,
Okay.
but I'll head towards whatever gun seat we get.
All right, so you're trying to get like a gun seat going. So once again, you guys are a scavenger ship. You don't have a gun seat. What you do have is like a grappling hook
Yes.
for like scavenging, and
or a
that's
grappling
harpoon or something like that for
yeah,
like dragging like some large like debris or things like that back to where you're going.
tractor beam.
Tractor beam. What kind of world do you think this is?
I will on my way though make a small detour to my quarters. I'll eject the newer core that's broken and put that special
Recharge.
got one shot left back
You
in.
recharged it.
Okay, so you pull out the battery that was bad,
Yep.
throw it away,
And I put that single shot one back in.
and it powers up, and it like looks like it's
No time to charge.
All right, looks like it's fine. And
What? No,
you got.
I didn't.
You have
no.
a single shot.
I didn't. I'm sorry. You know, you forget to plug in your phone sometimes.
Yeah, he forgot to charge it. Apparently, he almost had 2 free shots. But, anyways,
So yeah,
All right.
and then I'll head towards basically so I can look outside as well.
All right. And as you guys are powering up the ship and everything like that, getting ready to go, a couple of these things start getting real close to your ship, and they're also a couple of them are splitting off to head towards that transport ship that's also powering up, and the last civilians are heading on board and everything like that. What are you guys doing right now? There's like about 4 of them right now that have reached you guys. It's like stragglers from like the military compound.
so our ship is facing backwards, and therefore the thrusters are pointed backwards.
Sure.
All right, then that means we just got to start this boy up and flame torch their ass right out of here.
All right. So, navigator, knife
Take
edger.
that to the other one too.
I'm strapped in.
All right, and you power the engines on. This
Just
is
a quick
the
thrust.
Spinelli, right?
The
You guys-
amount of trust
yeah,
I
you
have
guys
in
are
this
taking
man
the
is
Spinelli, right?
unparalleled
Yeah,
when
okay.
he does something.
We're taking the
So-
Spinelli.
Yeah, so you guys taking the Spinelli. Spinelli comes on. You roar the engine. That's quick drive kicks on, I guess, and then, like
Yes,
the
it
engine
does.
core just like spurts out this large flame that like takes out like that little group that was right there getting close to your ship. And you begin takeoff, and you start exiting the bay, but for some reason the bay doors aren't opening. And back to the core. You guys are over there at the warp core. You guys have just
core
arrived.
group, yes.
What are you guys doing? And you start hearing the alarm going off. Warping imminent. ETA 5 minutes.
How close are we currently to the terminal that we need to get to? Are we right there?
You guys have just arrived at the terminal.
Okay, great. You do whatever you need to do. I'll do whatever I can to keep these guys entertained.
All right, I think
Running
that's
in
a
circles.
fair plan.
It's
Yeah.
zombie land.
Yeah,
Now it's
basically.
very technical, but in order to build an Einstein-Rosen bridge reaction, what we need to do. Why am I telling you this? Go take
Go
your
on.
I start creating a circuit that links the core back to some of the most reinforced parts of the ship so that it can't actually generate the momentum it needs to reach critical mass and jump.
Okay. All right. So you start doing that. You have the Omni tool.
I have the Omni tool and
you
I
have
can
everything
actually
going on,
like,
and
create energy scaffolding.
you're hacking in, and at this moment,
At this point, I'm trying to look around,
You're
see
looking
what's
around,
going
and
on.
you're trying to make sure that nothing's going on. And at that moment, this white-skinned creature lands right on the catwalk opposite of like this warp drive, and it starts hissing at you. And it starts
Can I hear it?
stomping.
Look.
You hear it in your head, and it's like, but we just want to go home.
Where's
We want to go home with all of you.
Give it your
And
not
name.
it
going
starts
home.
and it starts
You're not going anywhere.
screaming at you as it comes at you. How are you distracting this thing? As
It's just a straight catwalk that's ahead of me.
It's a straight catwalk right now, and then it
All
turns
right.
into like a circle around like this warp drive.
Yeah.
Like rail.
So, do my best to try and fire a shot directly from the few rounds that I have of my personal hand pistol. Aim For the head, mostly eye-ish.
Okay, all right. So personal hand pistol. You're gonna need to expel the gun to try and slow this thing down. As your first shot, you notice it like this, kind of like hits it, but it like this tough hide of it is it's not really doing much. So you're gonna need to hold from tower to expel it and slow it down enough to buy enough time to get this warp drive.
The bay doors aren't opening specifically, or our bay doors are not open. I mean, it's both are a problem, but one's a bigger problem than the other.
Well, we can navigate over to the other one if it's open. I assume these are pretty cool ships.
Okay.
I
All that military
trust
training
you.
prepared me to be good in times of crisis. Take my time, take a good shot.
All right, you try and calm down. This is different from when you were on the ship and you were trapped there for 2 weeks, not knowing if you're gonna live or die. And you fire off, you expel the gun, and you see it like deflect off one of the hide as it's charging at you, deflect off another, and then it like lands right on its eye, and it like starts to screech as it feels like you see like this purplish like ooze like come out of it. And it's like slowed down as like one of its eyes is damaged.
About how much distance is there between me and Ash?
You and Ash?
Yeah.
Oh man, it charged up to you, so it's like I would say maybe like 5 to 10 feet away from you.
Oh god.
How far away is it from the core?
How far is it away from the core?
Yes.
Well, the main core is on the lower level, but like from the warp drive, I would say like between like you where you're at with the warp core to King, it's I would say it's about like 10 feet away, and then from Ash it's another like 5 to 10 feet away.
Alright, I need it. I want to try and, while it's flailing, get around. And so I can start running the other way on that catwalk. Specifically, I want to see if it has one of the little attached things.
Or you want to go? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So you try and get around it.
Exactly.
Trying to get around it as you dodge around it and you look. It does not.
It's a queen!
It's a queen!
And
Music.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Bohemian Rhapsody all over.
As I'm seeing this unfold, I start to wonder if the chitinous shell of the queen would conduct appropriately with the reverberations of the core. And so I yell out, "King! Bring it down here!
You're kidding, right?
I've got an idea!"
And then it screams at you. It knocks you back, King. You slide back in your spacesuit into like a bunch of crates, things like that.
Oh, that's villain error number 1, just knocking people.
And it looks down at you, Calyx, and it screams. And it says, "Don't worry, I'm coming." And it like comes down to the catwalk where you are on, and it starts walking closer to you. It starts stalking you a little bit. You guys on the ship. What is happening with this ship?
Is it just our bay that's closed?
Is it our ship's bay, or is it the docking?
It's the docking bay, like the big
You
bay
said it's
doors.
not. You said it's not opening just at all.
It's not opening right now, and the transport ships are waiting too. And you hear Garrus come into your comms. It's like something's fucking wrong with the transport doors. They're not opening.
The music, that's so perfect.
That's why I put it. What are we gonna do?
Garrus, how did you get this number?
You guys all come.
I know.
Yeah.
You have that grappling hook. You can try to tear one open.
All right.
Well, you might be able to pull it open if you have the powerful enough engine.
Look, we got a Nesquik engine in
I
here.
can't believe you called it that. It's so good.
Oh, it's well tuned.
All right.
All right. So we're just to relay here. Do a shot with the harpoon, and then we do a retraction along with the engines.
I'll navigate us in there, and I'm gonna turn it around. You're gonna shoot the harpoon, and then we're gonna take. You know, the bay's big, so we can pull it until it
Like a
kills-
sardine can.
Yeah.
All right.
And then we turn back out and hightail it out of here.
All right. So,
Smash through operations.
as this
Since
is
it's already
happening,
breached.
Yeah.
We can't.
with a harpoon into the
Turn it
door.
around anyway. Just go take a left turn.
If this is what you're gonna go for, right? You're gonna peel open this door. I need a pull from the tower to make sure that the ship can withstand pulling that door.
I think that's more of a piloting thing.
What's that?
Yeah, I need one pull from the tower.
I mean, I'm just shooting straight.
You was.
Yeah.
It was nothing. It's
Such a good captain.
Delegation.
I'm just saying, it's about spreading out responsibilities.
All right, so this is the pull for the ship. All right, so like to see if the ship is actually going to be able to muster up the strength and survive pulling this thing, because it's literally opening a vacuum into space. And so,
Oh God.
Ooh.
Careful.
All right, harpoon into it. Full blast as it starts to peel open one of the side bay doors. It pries it open, giving enough space for the transport ships to start exiting out. And it's like, all right, let's get out of here. Yes. Everything starts going. You unleash the harpoon. You start getting the ship turned back around, waiting for these other transport ships back down to the core. What's going on here? You're getting stalked by this hive, this creature that's coming at you, Ash. And it's getting closer to you.
How big are the crates that are near me? Is it like a smaller, like a crate that I
it's
can
a
like
big-
pick up and like
it's almost
start
like there was a
Donkey Konging down onto
There was
it?
a storage thing. What do you...
I want to try and see if I can aim a crate from up there and push it down and land
These are
on top.
big. These are very big
Then
crates.
probably
It might be full of stuff.
Well, okay, actually,
Shing,
Success
just,
rate.
Just for the record.
Hold on.
I'm
Success
pulling
rate
out-
depends on that.
pull from the tower. Optional pull from the tower. If you pull something from the, if you
Donkey
pull,
crate.
you pull from the tower, I'll give you something. In this moment.
I mean,
Slow
yeah,
it
of
down.
course. We're here
Or
to
you
pull
could-
from the tower.
Or you could let Will do his.
Nope.
No.
My idea is dog shit right now.
So
Apparently.
Kalex is, and he's like swiping back, I guess. What do
Oh
you-
no, I'm doing my fucking power pose where it's like, you want me, come fucking get me.
All right, and it starts charging at
Oh
you.
my God.
I'm strong. I can push things. You know.
And it says, and it starts charging at you, and
Here comes
Really?
the box.
Yeah.
okay. All right, and then at this moment, as it starts charging at you, this is really good. As it starts charging at you, from behind this creature, you hear this noise. It's cacophonous. As landing behind him, Justin King, in a giant loader,
Yes!
lands behind him, and has like it's a crate loader. It's not anything
Oh,
great.
it's just a power loader.
It's a power loader. And what do you say?
What do you have to say to
What's the
him?
line? What's the line? What the line is?
Leave her alone, you bitch.
Leave her alone, you bitch.
All right, so what's happening here with the team of Power Loader King and Omni Blade
You
Calyx?
do what you need to do.
I don't know.
I'll take care.
What's the
What's the play?
Keep
what's
going.
Ash's
Stab
reaction?
it. Stab it into the
it's-
reactor.
Does it
it does-
continue
it-
charging me, or does
It
it
like it gets
reactor.
distracted for a moment and it sees this thing and it grabs onto this loader and they're struggling right now.
What's
What's happening?
Hurry up!
You
Stab
stab
Hurry
it
up!
into
Stab it into the back?
reactor, and then he'll push it into the reactor.
What are you trying to
Peel
do?
that shit open.
I am trying to stab it in the back.
Trying to stab it in the back?
Yes, I'm trying
One-
to break into it.
One pull from the tower.
All right.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what.
Oh god.
Oh, we found one.
Wow, that's
Look
quick.
at that. That was a good pull right there.
I'm
You
chief
come.
engineer for a reason.
This power loader grabs
'Cause there's
onto
no one
him,
else.
and this kind of struggle between this thing, and you jam the Omni Blade into its side, and it yells out, and like it starts to relent, and it weakens as you just jam it right into the back, like near its spine. And like, what do you want to have happen at this moment?
I have a plan. I am going to use my tether glove to create some more of that scaffolding, some of that energy scaffolding between the creature's fucking guts
Okay.
and the core.
Okay.
And so I want its like little, tender bits being sucked out of it and pulled toward the core.
All right. Okay. All right. So you do that. You attach it to the core to its spine as you're right there, and it's like you're starting to pull it back. It's resisting, and it's the tether is pulling on it. What are you guys doing to make sure it gets pulled?
I have to push. I just.
If you want to,
Yeah.
make a pull.
Oh. God damn it. Sure. Yeah. This is
Take him
easy.
with
It's
him.
fine. This isn't stressful at all.
That ended up working out pretty well.
Trust me, I'm an engineer.
Oh. Shit.
My testicles just receded into the rest of my body
Just
as
push.
that happened.
This power load push and like knocks
Careful.
into it, basically tackles into this this ash creature, and it like the tether like it relents, and the tether like starts dragging it all the way back to the core, and it lands like right into the core. What starts happening?
So the chitinous shell, I believe, would react with the core and complete the Einstein-Rosen bridge. If I remember my Einsteinian Rosen bridge architecture 204 course,
204 course.
as I believe I do.
Why is that an elective?
It's not. It's an advanced course for.
I took it as an elective. I was just curious.
Well,
All right, so as
it's
that
amazing.
I've been playing
that
along
happens.
this whole
A lot
time.
of
Your math is
Continuity
correct.
issues.
no, as that happens, all right, sure, it gets into there, and as you calculate it out, you had built it already, you had set it up to try and create this Einstein-Rosen bridge, and it starts, it pulls in this creature, and it starts screaming, and it doesn't, obviously it's not trying to let it go, and then its claws like dig in, and the metal tears back as it flies into the warp core, and it starts to create this hum, and it starts building, and you hear the screams of this, and you hear it just like build up as it like starts to pull inside itself, and you start creating this vortex.
You had a
as-
soundboard for that?
I had sound effects for everything, buddy. And it starts pulling into itself as like this vortex starts creating, and you realize that like, oh shit, it's not gonna build anymore. It's happening.
It's
fucking
happening right now.
What are you guys doing on the ship?
You dip.
As you guys are out of the outside of the space station, what are you guys doing to try and save your friends?
Take us towards the core location.
Bishop, I mean me. I come in and I have the back door open up.
All right.
And we get as close as we can to. I mean, are they're floating in space or where are they?
No, they're not there yet, but we'll get there.
Okay, so then we know there's a hatch there's like an exit, and we see that, and we're hoping that's the exit that they come out of. You know, it doesn't seem like there's more than one because it's like the bottom of it.
Okay.
So we're gonna head over there, and we're gonna keep the door ready to go and hover right there.
No. You can hover right there. I have what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
All right.
It's all about delegation, knowing when it's your time and your responsibility. Open the bay doors.
He's putting a helmet on.
All right. Okay. All right. The ship. You open the airlock. You make sure you go into the airlock area,
Yes.
and you open it up so it doesn't like take all the atmosphere out of everything. What's happening?
I put on one of the side straps so that I'm connected to the ship,
Okay.
and then I jump out. Now this is my spacesuit now, which means
Okay. Yeah. That's open. Yeah.
I have one shot left. We're gonna make it very apparent where they need to come out.
Okay.
We're not gonna risk this at all.
All right.
You just
So,
chime in on the headphones. Put your damn.
Look for the hole.
Look for the hole. All right. And as
That's your cue.
back back onto the where the warp core is happening. You see this Einstein-Rosen bridge starting to create,
Everything's, like,
and
tendriling out.
it's starting to pull, and you see like the swarm of the creatures below. They start like writhing, and you after hearing like the screams of Ash, and you're like, well, I mean, fuck. And at that moment,
Overcharge. We're not going to
Right.
need my hand in a
Expel.
little bit. Expel all energy source, including anything that would be used for the cyber optics of a functional hand.
all right, so in space,
No one can hear you scream.
silence as you fire off a shot, overloading the arm in space, and I need you to make a pull from the tower to make sure that the overloaded arm in space, and you're not too close to the metal structure of the space station.
You got this.
Quiet. No sound as you're there floating in space as you fire off a shot. And there it is.
Hold on.
If it falls in between,
As the your
it still counts as him.
as your
getting it.
blast silently travels
Like,
through
they were
through
asking
space,
what happens if it
and it
falls in
lands and hits into the side of the space station. You hear nothing, but it's a glorious like beam of light, and then on the inside, you guys just and like this thing opens up, and this like all a vacuum of space starts pulling, and then the vortex is also pulling as well. All this like debris starts flying back into it as it like exploded out, and it's coming back in, and you see this hole in like the wall of the core, and you see in the distance you see a floating cannon armed character with the SS Spinelli in the distance. How are you guys getting off this ship?
Oh God. What is the horde doing? That horde
Horde's
thing.
floating now.
Just floating now. All right. Well,
Everything is
am I
like
still?
everything's getting sucked either out or in.
How attached am I still to Ash?
Ash is
Not
gone
at all.
now. You're
Okay,
in.
gone,
You're like
out.
the loader like kind of got damaged as you knocked into it. So like it's not really operational anymore. So you're out of it, and you have like it's just you and your spacesuit, and
Yeah.
you're there with
Run.
Calyx.
Go. Yeah.
We've got our mag boots. I mean, I at least engage the mag boots and start peeling off past the core and towards the hole.
All right, so you guys start making like hell to the core, and there are creatures in the way. There's stuff crawling up the walls, and like they're holding on as like the vortex and the airlock of space is pulling either way, and you run into like there's lots of them, and they're just being flung around. I need a pull from each of you
Yeah.
to make the jump out of this hole.
All of us.
With all of these things floating around.
Both of us?
Or everyone to make everything
Both
work.
of you guys. Both of you guys. One pull from each of you.
Yeah. You
You
first.
no, please. I insist.
I want to see if there's anyone left to save.
You guys are running to the safety of this blackness of space
got
as
this,
you see
Brian.
Captain LaCour there, arms outreached as his
Arm.
outreached, and you guys are running. All of these creatures and this debris in your way, and you're moving and everything like that. I need that pull to happen.
Wow.
Remember, you can't go above like the third completed.
Yeah.
So we've got space there.
Yeah, you can go a bit higher.
The chat is going.
I know, it's so out of control.
It's so good. I love you guys who are here joining us as we
Paul!
finish this.
Yeah, it's pretty secure on that.
There's got to be one. There it is.
Oh. Well, the question is, can he
Stack
pull it
it.
out without
Oh, yes,
pulling
he
too
can.
much
Oh yes.
of
you can.
the actual?
Uh,
Yeah, are you gonna
Oh,
commit?
boy.
Are you gonna commit?
committing.
You're committing to it? All right, make the commit.
Oh god.
If it falls,
Kind
It might
of
spell the end.
weasel it.
You're weaseling it.
Well, I have to make the
You
pull
can
too.
grab that.
Yeah.
I can grab it. I know,
can't-
but then it gets all shaky.
oh no.
Because the Jenga tells
Shimmy,
me, not me.
shimmy.
You're shimmying.
Cocoa Puff.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what happens here.
He's got this. Oh!
Oh, God.
Oh no, we're offline.
Yo.
Did that actually happen?
Let me find out. Folks,
No!
folks at home, I just want to make sure. Are we still online? Because it went out for a second, but it looks like it's still going. So,
Oh, there we are.
okay, everything's still going. I don't know what happened there. That was weird.
Stand
Brian.
He doesn't have the edgy music we're listening to during
Oh!
Oh.
I think we have our next poll, gentlemen. Do you see what
It's
I
time
see?
to cut out what? It's back now.
Yeah.
Oh my lord!
Woo! He got it!
Okay.
Billy
Alex!
Collix.
Get in there! Kill him!
Does he
Is that actually
make
a good
it?
poll?
The pull. You see the
Maybe.
jump.
Right?
Oh
Right?
God.
You see freedom. You see
Black.
your ship. You see your captain.
Music! I love it.
You see as you guys jump from this space station as the
Frickin'
Einstein-Rosen bridge pulls everything in this core, slowly starts to build. You guys jump, dodging debris and bodies out, and land into Captain LaCour, who's there, and are pulled away from the station as Knife Edger begins to drive the ship further and further away from the station. As you guys are being dragged on this tether, you see the station begin to pull into itself, almost like it's being like disintegrated inwards and imploding, and slowly everything gone.
Were we
And-
at safe enough distance?
You guys
For it?
Yes. Yes, we were.
once again have survived.
Oh!
Let's go!
Of
Let's
dread.
go!
I knew we'd make it.
You guys, as a crew,
Yeah.
Bastard!
Yeah, you wild
Captain
bastard.
LaCour
You crazy.
pulls you into the tether, into the SS Spinelli. You guys are there once again on the ship that you started out on. Breathe a sigh of relief. So you guys just... I can't believe we fucking did that.
Can't believe it's all gone.
And the clover and everything gone. And you just see outside the port side of the window the other transport ships, and you hear Garrus over the fucking comms. We did it, you bastards! We did it!
Get us! I mean, wait, he didn't do it.
I mean,
Yeah,
he-
yeah,
Hope my
thank you,
non's
Garrus.
alright.
As we were being tethered into the SS Spinelli, I look up at her and say, "What's new, pussycat?"
Oh.
And from that,
Why didn't we leave you behind?
We made a new friend on this wild ride.
and with that, you guys have gained a friend in Justin King
Oh.
as your guys speed off in the SS Spinelli. The once again owning of your scavenger ship, and have survived the craziness of that alien species symbiote that, you know, almost took your lives, took a lot of friends, and you guys persevered through and survived once again through 2 sessions of Dread, a game built to kill you.
Is there a
What does
cliffhanger?
this mean?
Yeah. Woo!
Thank you guys so much for playing my game.
That was awesome, dude. Way to
I
go.
hope that you guys enjoyed that. I hope folks at home enjoyed that session there. I wholly thought that someone was going to bite at the end there.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
that tower does not look steady at all. But once again, you guys skirted by, and look, it's not even... There it goes.
Oh no, he didn't make it!
Guys, thank
Oh,
you guys
wow.
so much for being here. Once again, give me you guys' name and characters. Starting at that end.
I was Chief Engineer Billy Collix, and I'm Will Washkoon.
I'm Joel Peprocki, but I'm really Navigator Knife Edger.
I have been and always will be Officer Justin King. And O'Brien. Also Brian.
And
And
captain.
the sharing the load captain, Richard LaCour, played by Dominic Serena.
Bravo. Thank you guys so much for playing the game. Once again, guys, if you guys liked what we did here, this is Dread. It's a small tabletop RPG, all built around the mechanic of pulling from a tower and building tension. We enjoyed it so much. I love building this world off of what happened in the first episode, which was just literally out of this book, and I just wrote this whole nother story building off all of that.
That's awesome.
And so I hope you guys enjoyed that at home. Hopefully it was fun for you guys to watch, and hopefully you guys here enjoyed playing it. I'd love to play more one-shots with you guys or other systems and stuff like that. If you guys don't know, we gather here every Thursday at 7 p.m. for Pop Contention and Pop Aficionados. You guys can join us here every Thursday at twitch.tv/PopSirenNetwork. Spread the word for us. And this has been your game master, your horror host, and your boy, Clean Boy. I'm never going to swear again. Jelani Hoon. Thank you guys so much for joining me here. And
Look at those beautiful comments on there.
I love all of you guys.
Peanut Gallery played by me.
And, thank you guys
Dinner and then a
in the
food
chat.
coma.
Amy, Vicky, Stage Cats, Cheshire, everybody who,
We had
was
Beef
in there.
Coon.
Yeah.
We had
Beef Coon, Skyborn,
Skyborn.
everybody who joined us in the chat. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us in the chat and joining us on this journey once again with the crew of the SS Spinelli. And so this is us signing off. We'll catch you guys next week.